The Iron Giants of the Asphalt prepare to make history once again as they head to the home of the Snowball Derby, Five Flags Speedway in Pensacola, Florida. After coming off an impressive victory at Kalamazoo, Mark Noble moved into second place in the point standings. Now he looks to become the first Bandit in 2019 to win back-to-back features, but also in the field, defending champion Ricky Rude, Alan Bowles, Marshall Davis, and John Lisenby. The Bandit Big Rig Series live from Five Flags Speedway. It's coming your way next.
Welcome, Bandit fans. It's Little D here. We're coming to you live from Five Flags Speedway in Pensacola, Florida for the Bandit Big Rig Series presented by AirDog. I am here solo tonight, so I'll be playing dual roles, trying to get you the best pin interviews and out here partying with our wild Pensacola crowd. So we are in for a fun night. Here tonight, first night here at Five Flags Speedway. We've never raced here. We're back to those southern tracks that are abrasive, steep embankments, so I know it's going to come down to tire management tonight. And with only 3 races left of the season, the intensity has never been higher. All those points count, and we are going to have quite the show tonight. We're so excited. We got our heat race, shootout, the challenge, and the feature all coming to you here tonight, action-packed. And with that, I'm going to send it up to my boys in the booth, Jeff and Adam.
Of the asphalt, and with the action we saw at Kalamazoo, there's no telling what's going to happen here tonight.
That's right. We're real excited to be at the Sunshine State down here in the south. We've been running a lot of the tracks up north, and it's been a lot cooler than it is. Some of these guys are from Minnesota, Wisconsin. They're not really sure what it feels like to be in the south, so some of the guys run the cool suits like the NASCAR guys do, but some of them just suffer through it. Actually, our fastest qualifier tonight, Scott Treadway.
Yeah, Scott Treadway, he was fastest in practice, and he was the fast qualifier here tonight.
And he's a little bit under the weather. You know, he's feeling a little puny, but he went out with feeling a little puny and set fast lap. So there's nothing wrong with his truck. He may be a little under the weather, but his truck is running fine. And I'm excited to see what these guys do on this big half-mile track.
And let's take a look at our heat races. The lineup is determined by the lap times from the qualifying laps, and then the lineup is then inverted, moving slower qualifying trucks to the front. So let's take a look at who we've got in this first heat race. Looks like on the first row we've got the 13 of Bob Mitchell alongside the 69 of Brian Bayer. Next in row 2, Brian Cash alongside Austin Hoppy. And then in row number 3, Ricky Rude and Alan Bowles. That is your starting lineup for heat race number 1. And I gotta tell you, if you watched the pre-show earlier today, we got a chance to speak to quite a number of crew members, and you got to speak to one of the crew members for both Bob Mitchell and Austin Hoppy earlier today. His name is Andy.
That's right, Andy.
Andy Patty.
Andy Patty. He was talking about the track. They didn't do a lot to the truck, either truck, from the last race, except for get everything back in order. I think the exhaust got knocked off of Austin Hoppy's truck, and they had to put the exhaust back on it. But one of the things that he mentioned in the pre-race was talking about coming off turn 4 and getting into turn 1. There's a big bump. I'm not sure if the guys that run here local know about it, if it bothers them, but in these big stiff trucks, they're having a lot of issue getting into that first turn.
Yeah, let's take a look at the point standings right now. Ricky Rude is still your points leader. Mark Noble in second, Alan Bowles in third, followed by Marshall Davis. And rounding out the top 5 in points, we have John Lisenby in the 7. And I got to tell you, Mark Noble had a very impressive showing at Kalamazoo, and he is looking to go back-to-back here tonight. And not only would that be a first for him, winning back-to-back features, but that would be the first time anyone has won the first mains back-to-back at racetracks. He won the first ever main at Kalamazoo, and he could potentially win the first ever main at Five Flags Speedway here tonight.
That's right. We got our first heat race getting ready. That's the front view out of
Bob Mitchell.
Bob Mitchell's truck. A little bit different view than we have on the hood of the Godfather. I'm excited. That must be the first time. I think that's the first time they put it on Bob Mitchell's truck. I like that view. It looks like it's mounted right there at the bumper.
Yeah, and look at Ricky. And speaking of bumper, Ricky Rude was right there on Brian Cash's bumper. He is ready to go. And the flagman tonight at Five Flags Speedway is Ed Brown. Ed is up there ready to wave the green flag for our first heat race of the day. And here we go to take the green. And here we go. We are racing at Five Flags Speedway. It looks like we're going 3 wide into turn number 1. Whoa, hold on here. This could be pretty dicing right here. And onto the back straightaway, it's Brian Cash in the lead. Brian Cash has the lead right this moment, but here comes Ricky Rude on the outside.
14.
Ricky Rude, number 14, here he goes. He's going to try to take the lead right here, but Brian Cash is able to hold off for the moment, but here comes Ricky Rude now. Oh, it looked like Brian Cash got him to the line, but just by a few inches, and now Ricky Rude is taking the lead on the outside.
North Carolina. Ricky Profit, the Profit Motorsports.
Yeah, they're running high on the outside. They tend to dive down in the corners. Now Ricky is diving down. They like that low line, but Ricky was able to make the pass on the outside. As soon as he cleared him, he dove down there. You see them, they'll be high on the straightaways and then dive down low in the middle. That seems to be the fast way around this track. They tend to run a circle the whole time. They almost straighten the track out to where it's a circle. You see the black marks on the track there, how they'll dive down low, run high on the straightaways and low in the middle. Seems to be the preferred lap around this track. So Ricky seems to be handling well. Right there coming off 4 is where we had some issues with a lot of the guys in practice with their rear end stepping out.
Yeah, but right now, here is Alan Bowles in the 3 trying to make a move on Bob Mitchell. But right now, Bob is making that high groove work for him. Alan Bowles not giving it up, though.
That's the battle for 4th spot.
Ricky's real comfortable out in the lead. Right now, that the best battle on the track there is for about 4th.
And here's a ride on board with 13 Bob Mitchell. Bob Mitchell carrying one of our Air Dog cams for tonight. But right now out in front is number 14, Ricky Rude. And once Ricky gets out in front, it's hard to pass him.
It is. He tends to pull away. Sometimes whenever they make passes, whoever's in second will sort of hang in there. But we've seen Ricky do this a lot. If he gets out front early.
Oh, and there goes Brian Cash to the inside of Austin Hoppy. And Brian Cash gets second. Nice move there by Brian Cash. But Austin Hoppy's not giving it up. He's coming back to him. Into the turns. And check it out, Brian Cash holds on to second, but here comes Bob Mitchell coming up on Austin Hoppy.
These heat races determines the starting lineups for the...
We have reached the halfway point, and Ricky Rude still out in front.
Ricky Rude is doing a
Comfortably.
great job here. Nobody really has had anything for that 14.
And I tell you what, I can hardly wait to see what's going to happen for the rest of the night, because with the way that Ricky Rude's racing right now, there's no telling how he's going to do in the shootout, the challenge, and the main. And look at Austin Hoppy trying to go to the inside of his teammate. No, battle between teammates, Bob Mitchell and Austin Hoppy. They are teammates, but you know one of them wants to beat the other to the start-finish line. And now Alan Bowles is trying to catch Austin Hoppy on the inside.
They're already sliding a lot. The sun's just now setting. It's cooling off a little bit. Maybe they'll get a little more grip whenever the air temperatures get down a little bit. Those guys are sliding around a lot in this heat race, though. But Ricky Rude, man, look, he is pulled out comfortably in the lead. And the battle, you can kind of throw a blanket on everybody for second, but Ricky has stepped out in this heat race.
White flag is out for Ricky Rude. And right now the question is, who will be second? Brian Cash holds the position right now, but Bob Mitchell is coming up right behind him. He might have something for him on these final few turns. Here we go to the start-finish line. Ricky Rude is going to take the checkered flag, and second place is going to go to Brian Cash. He holds it off, followed by Bob Mitchell in the 13, Austin Hoppy 66, 3 of Alan Bowles, and the 69 of Brian Bayer.
First ever heat race at Pensacola Speedway, Five Flags Speedway. Ricky Rude goes in the record books as winning the first featured heat race.
Congratulations to Ricky Rude. Ricky Rude winning heat race number 1. And now he is one step closer to potentially getting a 3rd consecutive championship in the Bandit Big Rig Series.
First race in.
And I got to tell you, with the way that he drove at Kalamazoo, when we all thought that he was out, and he and his crew worked tirelessly on that truck, they got it repaired, and he was able to walk away with a 2nd place finish in the main.
Yeah, Ricky wears a lot of hats. He's not just a driver. You saw him in the highlights of that race. He had the welding hood on himself. He was the one striking the arc, welding the side panels back on that truck. Took a lot of time to do it. He fortunately had plenty of time during the challenge race. He fell out of the challenge race whenever that side panel that you see right there on the right side that fell off and got knocked off, but he got it welded back on and was able to have a good finish.
Yeah, right now we want to send a special thank you to our sponsors, Air Dog, Big and Nuts, Minimizer, and we also thank you to the fans who have supported the Bandit Big Rig Series each and every night. Without your support, this would not be possible. And now we move on to heat number 2. Let's take a look at who we've got in this field. In the first row, we've got number 88, Mike Morgan, alongside the 51 of Luke Whitmire. Row 2, we have Craig Kruckenberg and Randy Briggs. And it looks like rounding out the field, we have the 8 of Doug Hilson. And I got to tell you, we didn't see the 16 the last race, but now they're back here today, and we can hardly wait to see how the 16 does at Pensacola. And Luke Whitmire, he had an impressive showing at Kalamazoo. He's always finished consistent in the Bandit Big Rig Series, but he has yet to win a Bandit main, so we'll see if he can pull it off here tonight as we ride on board with the Godfather, carrying our 2nd Air Dog cam to take the green flag. And here we go. We are racing once again at Five Flags Speedway. And it's Mike Morgan leading us into the field. Mike Morgan's got the lead, and we got a side-by-side battle between Luke Whitmire and Craig Kruckenberg. Oh, and Mike Morgan got loose there. But he holds on to the lead. And into the turns. The battle between Luke Whitmire and Craig Kruckenberg continues. Whoa, and there's contact! Contact between Craig Kruckenberg and Luke Whitmire, but Whitmire's able to hold on to it.
I think I saw Whitmire's door come open there. He opened the door and said, "Back off a little bit there, Godfather."
Luke Whitmire definitely determined tonight at Five Flags Speedway. Now he's trying to catch Mike Morgan, 88.
Yeah, these doors aren't welded shut like on a stock car or sprint car or late model. They actually open the door to get in these trucks. They wouldn't be able to climb up and go through the window. So these doors are functional on these big trucks.
And we've talked about this before. Craig Krugerberg has always finished consistent in the Bandit Big Rig Series. He's still looking for that Bandit main. And I got to tell you, nothing would make him happier than to be the first guy to win a main at Five Flags Speedway.
Yeah, they're all there, and you know, this is the first time we've been on this track. They did have some warm-up laps. They've qualified earlier today, but they still don't know a whole lot about this track in racing conditions until these heat races started. So they're all shaking their trucks out. They'll make some more adjustments on them if they need to before the challenge race and the feature. Try to get them dialed in. But man, those trucks are bouncing around a lot, especially that view right there that we're seeing of the Godfather. That you see how rough it is on that track.
Yes, I did, and Craig Krugerberg doing all he can to try to catch up to Luke Whitmire. When we cross the start-finish line, 5 laps left for Mike Morgan. 5 laps left. We'll see if Mike Morgan can hold on for a couple more laps here.
Yeah, and you know, Morgan isn't stretching out like Ricky did. He's got Luke right there on his bumper, so he seems to be reeling him in a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way. Slowly but surely, Luke is able to... Whoa, and look at Craig Krugerberg. He is driving the wheels off of that thing.
Yeah, that is nothing but tire smoke. That's trying to get it to turn and giving it the power. That was just pure tire smoke.
Yeah, but Craig Krugerberg is definitely dying for a victory no matter what it is. Heat, challenge, shootout, or a main.
He was trying hard in that corner. I think he actually overdrove it a little bit. See, he still got a little smoke coming out. I'm not sure if they need to work on that a little or if he's just pressing it real hard. But it didn't smoke quite as bad that turn as it did the last.
As the laps are winding down, Mike Morgan still has the lead, but don't count out Luke Whitmire. He is right there with him, and he might have something for him in these final few laps.
He's caught him. He's right there on his bumper.
And now onto the back straightaway, right on his bumper, Luke Whitmire. He is right there. We'll see if he goes to the inside or the outside.
He was up on him. He had to back off a little bit, but he was all over him going through turns 1 and 2.
Here we go. White flag will wave this time. Does Luke Whitmire have anything for Mike Morgan on this final lap? Onto the back straightaway. Mike Morgan holds his lead. He starts to pull away from him. Final few turns. We'll see. Looks like it's going to be Mike Morgan, 88, taking the checkered flag. He wins heat number 2. Second place goes to Luke Whitmire, followed by Craig Krugerberg, Doug Hilson, and Randy Briggs. And I have just been informed that Ricky Rude is down there with Danielle, so we'll send it on down to Little D, who is with Ricky Rude. Take it away.
Thank you, Adam. I am here with a very happy, as you can imagine, Ricky Rude. How does it feel after last race? I mean, you were scrambling, you did everything you could to get back out in that feature, but to come back after working so hard on your truck, come back and take the first heat race win right out of the gun, and you were, I mean, miles ahead. How does it feel?
It feels good, but when we first got to this track, I was struggling. Like when we come, it was the heat of the day, and my truck, I don't know, I don't get no feedback. So we were frustrated, adjusted a bunch of stuff, and we got out there, and man, it was just like a rocket. I was just tickled to death. And I mean, I'm talking to my crew chief on the way on the radio, and I'm like, what is wrong with this truck? I mean, it's driving great, but after Kalamazoo, you know, we had that thing, and we got that thing back to going, and that was a big night for us. We salvaged a bunch of points and come out with a good win. So tonight's starting off good. I qualified really, really bad, so the Bandit shootout, I'm usually qualified up toward the front, so I'm going to have to start. I'm going to run off all these guys, so I'm going to try to win that kid $100 and make this thing happen.
If anyone can run off this whole crew, I know it's you, especially with a start like that. So first time at Pensacola, we've seen the trucks bouncing a lot of slipping and sliding. What are you thinking about this track, and what are you going to be adjusting as you go into our challenge and feature?
Well, as of right now, we've got my little truck. I mean, I started dead last and just come to the front, so I ain't touching nothing. I learned a long time ago, if it works, do it, you know, it ain't broke. But we really love the track. I mean, it's a fast track. It's a unique track. It's a momentum track. It's not got really the straightaways as a half mile normally does, but love the track. Great crowd, you know, out here on vacation. Just, you know, we'll pray for the people for the hurricane, you know, and pray that they'll button up and everybody will be safe, and just thank the guys that's here.
All right, guys, the track loves him. We're sending it back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thank you very much, Danielle. Our final heat race of the day is underway, and off the start, it's the wheelman out in front, Mark Noble. He's looking to go back-to-back after coming off an impressive win at Kalamazoo, looking to be the first Bandit main winner at Five Flags Speedway. Right now, John Lisenby running in second, and there's Darren Profit in the 27, and he's got the 41 of Marshall Davis right behind him, and the 4 of Scott Treadway.
Yeah, our fast qualifier there, Scott Treadway. This was the top 5 fastest qualifiers, and Scott, being the fast qualifier, puts him in the rear of this heat race.
And Marshall Davis making a move there on Darren Profit on the inside. We'll see if he can clear him onto the back straightaway, and it looks like he will. Nice job there by Marshall Davis.
Yeah, that's a battle for third.
Yeah. And right now our top 2 is Mark Noble and John Lisenby.
John's not letting Mark Noble get away from him. He appears to be reeling him in a little bit.
Yeah, and we mentioned at the top of the show, John Lisenby is in 5th right now in the point standings. So John hoping to gain a few more points here tonight. And it looks like from what we're seeing right now, he's starting to get closer and closer to Mark Noble as they cross the start-finish line. And also one battle that's starting to heat up is the battle between Marshall Davis and Darren Profit, and Scott Treadway trying to work his way into that mix as well.
Yeah, Scott had a real good qualifying lap, but he hadn't made a lot of progress in this heat race. He's content running in 5th right now.
And you know, right now the 2 guys that I'm focusing on right now are Ricky Rude and Mark Noble. Those are your top 2 in points. We saw Ricky Rude win the first heat race earlier today, and with Mark Noble potentially winning this one, it's going to make quite a battle for the rest of the night, if you ask me.
That's right. Right now, they're the class of the field. They've been most consistent the last few races. That's put them up in the top. Mark Noble just recently went past Alan Bowles, and with that win that he had, so he's in 2nd place now in the points.
Yeah, and John Lisenby, he's also finished consistent here in the Bandit Big Rig Series. Still has yet to win a main this season. It could also be his night as well.
These guys are turning some fast times. We had a little Darren Profit's rear end stepped out on in there a little bit, but he just drove right through it. These guys are actually kind of stretching out a little bit. The field was kind of inverted for the start of this heat race, but we hadn't seen a lot of passing action. They're all just kind of spread out a little bit. It'll be a little more action whenever we get more trucks on the track for our challenge races, but right now Mark Noble's making it look easy. He's not pulling away like Ricky did, but he's comfortably in 1st right now.
Yeah, well, I actually have one interesting fact for you. The guys that are racing in this heat race, 4 of these guys, they work on their own trucks. Mark Noble is the only one who has other crew members, but John Lisenby, Marshall Davis, Scott Treadway, and Darren Profit, they work on their own trucks.
Yeah, we had a chance to talk to some of the crew members during the kickoff show, and we actually had to talk to Scott. His crew members are some of the other drivers, so you know, we wanted to talk to him about, or his crew members about his qualifying. We'd have had to talk to one of the other drivers. A lot of these guys drive and work on the trucks. He actually doesn't have crew members other than the other drivers of Jupiter Motorsports.
And right now the white flag is out for the 74 of Mark Noble, and the checkered flag has been taken. Mark Noble is your winner, wins the last heat race of the day. So congratulations to the wheelman. And I understand that Danielle is down in the pits with Mike Morgan, the winner of our 2nd heat race. Let's send it on down to her. Take it away, Little D.
Thank you, Adam. I am here with a very happy number 88, Mike Morgan. How does it feel to come out here and just take home that heat race win?
Oh, that feels great. We've been needing that for a while now. Just a good inspiration for everybody to kind of get in gear and get out here and put this truck out front.
I mean, and you sure did. I know we haven't seen you taking some wins since that big accident you had, but it seems like you kind of got Mac Vader all back up to speed and feeling good, huh?
We're feeling pretty good tonight. Track's going to change now. Sun's going down. We ain't got a handle on it yet, but we're working on it. It's coming around.
So when the sun goes down, just for the viewers at home, what does that change? Like, what do you adjust, or how does it drive different?
Primarily, we'll probably do some tire adjustments on tire pressure. We might loosen up a few straps in here, and the track usually gets a little bit tighter, and we'll try and see if we can loosen the truck back up a little bit. But it's already loose, so it just may play into our hand. Just leave it alone. We'll see.
It seems like it sure is. You know, I gotta say, no one's cooler than Mike Morgan. He's the most relaxed off the track. I have to say, are you that relaxed in the truck?
Nah, I'm usually wound up pretty tight. I'm caged up in there. You know, I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything about it. So, yeah, I'm in there pretty wound up most of the time, trying to figure out how we're gonna get by somebody. You know, if I'm wrestling with the way the truck's handled or the track or whatever's going on that day. You know, just trying to make sure we're out front. Yeah, that's what we want to do. That's what we're here to do.
And that's what I think you're going to do here in Pensacola. Thank you so much. We wish you the best the rest of the race. Best to you guys in the booth.
Thank you very much, Danielle. And I got to tell you, Mike Morgan, definitely always a great guy to talk to. And he's definitely one of the fan favorites in the Bandit Big Rig Series.
Yeah, he's a cool customer. He's always a good interview. So I like to talk to Mike Morgan. He usually tells it, you know, like it is. He doesn't try to sugarcoat it. But it does surprise me he's a little wound tight during the race.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and also at this time, I would like to send a special shout out to a friend who got out of the hospital recently. His name is Ivo Estes from Montgomery, Alabama, and I wish him the best and hope that he has a speedy recovery. He's been a flagman at Birmingham International Raceway, and he's also been a race director at Montgomery Motor Speedway, and I hope that he is recovering fast and hope to see him back on his feet soon. And we're going to go to a sponsor interview right now. We always have great sponsors, so let's go to that interview now.
All right, Bandit fans, we're excited. We're here with Minimizer, one of our Bandit Big Rig main sponsors of the series. You can find our fenders on every truck. And actually, I mean, I think Mark Noble, I hope he's come over to thank you guys, because last race in Kalamazoo, right, Mark Noble's fender was hanging on by a bracket, his Minimizer fender, and if it would have fallen off, he would have had to go to the back of the line. And because your stuff is tested and tortured, no joke at all, he ended up taking first place in Kalamazoo. How awesome is that?
Hey, that's awesome, and that's why we're here. This is a great playground for R&D. So we can put our fenders, and our fenders are on every single one of those trucks out there, right? And they get banged up, they get run into, they get wheels scrubbed off, you know, on the sides. And that's why we're here, to see exactly what they're going to do in real world environment. This is an example right here. These fenders will crush completely down and then pop straight back out. As soon as we flip it over and kick it one time, it pops straight back out. The brackets and the bracketry system is a win-win combination. Those brackets are meant to bend so that our fenders don't break, right?
I mean, and we saw it, because Mark Noble had to have that fender hang on for several laps, going over 100 miles an hour, and it did not move. So you guys did your job. So for our fans that don't know, tell us all about Minimizer.
All right, we're USA made right here in Minnesota, and we cover all 50 states. If you're somewhere else, we'll ship them to you there. We've got floor mats. These are specifically designed for in-cab corrosion. This system right here allows, you know, basically anything that comes into the cab to be able to be dumped straight back out of that truck as soon as the driver gets out. We offer all kinds of different products, including our seat, and I was going to get Mr. Michael Truitt to do our seat display.
Yeah, let's definitely do a demo. And I mean, you guys really do all sorts of accessories. I mean, custom mud flaps. They do toolboxes. I mean, I know these are always a hit. I've seen a million people, they always freak out about the toolboxes. And almost all your products come with a lifetime warranty, so that is like amazing. All right, come on over, Michael. Let's learn all about the seat here, the Minimizer seat.
Okay, so the Minimizer seat, the great story behind that is we took 2 years to design it. We went out and asked the truck drivers, what are you looking for in a seat? We took all the information, we compiled it up, and we designed what we believe the seat that people were asking for.
And let me tell you, just a true story here. I actually know for a fact that's not just a marketing pitch, because I actually did the market research years ago before this seat came out. I actually did interview drivers. So they are not kidding when they say they literally asked drivers what they wanted in a seat, and here it is. All right, now back to you. I had to back that up because I remember doing that, and it was amazing with the feedback you got.
Well, we appreciate your help. So what I would like to do is just show you guys some of the features that we are the number one features of the seat. A lot of people think it's the revitalizer or the massager. It really starts in the beginning. So if I could go around this way,
Absolutely. You go wherever you want.
So Jason, if you don't mind,
Here, you can even hold it.
if you don't mind grabbing this remote, please don't turn it on until I ask you to. Put that in your other hand if you would. Grab your paw down here on that lever and lift that up if you would, and go ahead and swivel on in. So you notice where Jason stopped. That's where the average seat that swivels will stop, which is 90 degrees. The first thing that people asked for was we wanted to swivel a little bit further. Jason, keep on going if you would. So our seat is going to swivel 135 degrees. What that's going to do for us is get us back into the bunk a little bit easier, allow us to watch TV while we're getting loaded. That's the number one feature that I see on the seat. Come on back, Jason. Isn't he great? Grab the first lever there if you would, the first gray one, and go ahead and pull that out and lean yourself back if you would. So as you see, the seat cushion and the seat back are going to go back as a whole. What we're doing is allowing you to design your comfort and not having us decide for you where your comfort level is. We're not catering to one specific driver. Tall drivers, short drivers, we're catering to them all. Go ahead and set that down if you would. That next lever over there, if you could pull that and scoot yourself forward, you see the seat cushion actually comes away from the back of the seat. The reason for that is you're supposed to have 3 finger lengths in between the back of your leg and the front of the cushion. That's for proper blood circulation. We're cutting down on diabetes issues, heart-related issues. We're adding longevity to career with all the different features. Go ahead and slide that back if you don't mind. So go to the sliding bar if you would. And I want you to see how far that seat moves. Go ahead and move it all the way back and all the way. There's a lot of movement in that seat.
It's like my whole wingspan.
Yes. Okay. So the lever next to it, that's the chugger or the rocker or isolator. It's got many, many names. So if you like a little movement while you're driving down the road, mostly that's going to be for your Pete guys. I drove for years. I didn't really care to move too much. Over here, and the front button here is going to be your air dump. So the only time you're ever really going to use your air dump, Jason, is if you want to get out of that truck while the truck is still running. If you turn the truck off, the seat's going to let you down and let you out of the seat. And when you get back in it, it's going to put you right back up.
Oh, nice.
Push that button down, you'll see, and feel the clicks of that. You really aren't going to get the gist of it without driving down the road. Feel how many clicks there are. That's the shock absorber. So you can see how much movement that shock absorber has. You're going to decide how tight that ride's going to be. Next to that's going to be your height adjustment. Go ahead and click that down. Our air compressor took a poop on us, so we don't have that. But you can feel the clicks. That's how many different positionings that has. If you take it a step back, the first one is going to be your lower. The next is your upper lumbar, and then you're going to have side bolsters. That's going to be your airbags to give you better support for your back.
So this thing is like 100% customized.
This,
literally, I mean, every person could have their own. It's like the sleep number of seats, it feels like. Right?
Exactly. So the biggest misconception with seats is, well, that seat's not big. It's not a big cushy seat. Well, that's the biggest misconception. So if you go see a doctor, they'll tell you you don't want that big cushy seat because after you sit in it for 5 hours, your spine starts to curl a little bit,
I mean,
and it's terrible.
Spend so much time in these seats. It's got to be so.
Exactly.
That's amazing. So although our fans can come out and test these out themselves. I mean, and the massager. I know you said that's not really the selling point, but for me, if you need a break from the Bandit race, the massager in here, top notch. I'm telling you. I sneak out here all the time and get in trouble. Getting a little massage. That's amazing. And then, Jason, while you're here, why don't you just tell me what you said kind of about the driver retention and how Minimizer's helping with that?
So, yeah, we like to say respect the driver. And so we work with a lot of different fleets on their number one issue right now, which is recruiting and retention, just like Michael said. And if we can walk in and solve that challenge for them, their biggest pain point, then we feel like we've done something right. So we listen to them, we engage with them, and we try to put some of this in cab comfort, including our mattress system, our sitting system, and our floor mat program into their fleet.
I mean, Minimizer, putting the driver first always. You guys, these guys are amazing. I've known them a long time, and such a huge partner to the Bandit Big Rig Series. So we thank you so much. If you want to check them out, just go to minimizer.com. All their products are on there, and I guarantee you want to take a look. They have some really cool stuff. And like I said, almost all of it comes with a lifetime warranty, which is like unheard of in this industry. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Welcome back, Bandit fans. It is our favorite time of the night. It is the Bandit Shootout. It does not get better than this. We got to thank our buddies over at Air Dog. Air Dog's providing the $100 for our kiddos, so we are so excited. Earlier tonight, all of our lovely kids got a golden ticket that corresponds to a different driver competing tonight in the shootout. And if you haven't seen the shootout before, it's a one-on-one competition where the drivers take each other on, and the last man standing and the last kid with the golden ticket is gonna win $100. Is that pretty awesome, guys? Woo! These guys are ready to go. Hopefully our drivers are too. We got a lot of fun ahead of us. What are you excited about? This is Heath. Heath, what are you gonna buy if you win $100?
10 video games.
Whoa, 10 video games. Not one, not two, 10 video games. That is pretty serious. And you have number 69, Brian Baer. Are you excited?
Yes.
Did you tell him during the meet and greet he better win for you?
Yes.
Yes. So he's got to stay in the race against every one of these drivers. It can be done, don't you think?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And Paisley, my girl Paisley over here, you have Bob Mitchell, the Iceman. Are you excited? Yeah. What are you going to buy if you win $100?
Paw Patrols.
Paw Patrols. I mean, of course, right? We got to get the Paw Patrols. I think you could get a lot of Paw Patrols with $100, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Very exciting. Well, our guys are about to get started, but we're kicking it off with Brian Baer and Bob Mitchell. While we're waiting, Jay, why don't you just come over and tell us a little bit about Air Dog and how you guys love to support the shootout. We're so lucky that you guys really love to take a part of this, don't you?
Oh, it's an absolute blast. Yeah, we're here, basically to kind of test our products in a harsh environment. It's what we're looking for all along. And really, this one-on-one competition with trucks running just all out, it doesn't get any harsher than that. So, yeah, it's a blast.
And he's got the cold hard cash. I mean, show these kids. We're not joking, guys. Here's your $100 bill. Yeah, Jay's your best friend right now, isn't he, guys?
You want to touch it?
Oh yeah, touch it for good luck, right? There we go. I know, $100. I mean, we can't thank you enough. I know you guys do this for the kids, and that's what our drivers do too, so it's a perfect partnership with you, and we can't thank you enough for that.
Thank you.
Amazing. All right, you guys got to join me. Tell these drivers to hurry up, right? Come on. They're taking forever over there. We're so excited. All right, so who else we got over here? Let's meet some of our other kids. What's your name, honey?
Aiden.
Aiden, and who do you have?
27.
Yes, that's Darren Prophet, and he is ready to rock today. Are you excited? Yeah, what would you buy if you win $100?
I might put it towards stocks to make money.
Stocks? Okay. We need to talk after this, because I might need to just hand you over my entire paycheck, because I need someone that can tell me to put my money in stocks. At your age, I would have bought like $100 worth of candy. So we've got Aiden over here, our future stockbroker. Okay, he's going to be our next hedge fund manager over here. So everybody better buddy up to Aiden while you're here, okay? Awesome. And I know I met you earlier. Tell everybody your name.
Harley.
Harley. And tell everybody whose ticket you have.
55.
And who is that? I know you know. Yes, you do. The Godfather. Show them your shirt that you got. Show our buddies over there your shirt. Yes, you got a Godfather shirt too. So you are all branded out and ready to cheer him on, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes, and if you win $100, what are you going to buy?
A lot of LOLs.
A lot of what?
LOLs.
What are LOLs? What are they? Are they toys? Oh my gosh, guys, I'm officially old. I don't know what LOLs are. I had heard of Paw Patrol, so I thought I was like in the mix, but clearly I am lacking. So all of our kids, they all go home happy. Let's just tell you that. If you're worried about that, just know our kiddos all get a shirt. So no matter what, win or lose, you still get a Bandit shirt, which is pretty cool. It kind of might look like our buddy Heath's over here, but it's not signed, okay? So you still got the coolest shirt, right? Yeah. Okay, who else we got over here? Here, come on over. What's your name? Who's the next one? Come on over here, honey. Oh, okay, it looks like they're starting, so hang tight, okay? All right, they're finally ready. Are you guys excited? Yes, all right. So starting us out strong. Are you guys ready, Heath and Paisley? You guys ready to cheer them on now? Okay, so we got Bob Mitchell and Brian Bayer coming around here, okay? So Bob Mitchell, the Iceman, he's had a great season so far. Brian Bayer came off an accident last race, so he is ready to rock. All right, and they have the green flag. Ready? Let's cheer them on. It looks like Brian Bayer's got quite the jump on our buddy Bob Mitchell. So we'll see how this goes, but Bob's got quite a ways to go. Cheer him on? You gonna cheer him on? Yeah! Go Bob, right? He's got some ways to go here. Oh, we got a caution. Let's see, you got a yellow flag? Are they rerunning this? Looks like maybe, it looks like we might be rerunning this shootout start here. All right. Are they rerunning? Okay. All right, it looks like our guys are lining back up. So the way it starts is they should be in alignment as they start to get around to the finish, and I think Brian Bayer had quite the jump on that head start, so it's probably good that we're starting back over here. So they got to get in alignment, and then as a driver wins, they can actually choose if they want to be on the inside or the outside. So each time you're going to see the drivers switch, they have to pick who wants to start on the inside or the outside. All right, guys, here we go. The green flag for real. Now let's give them a round of applause. Let's yell. All right, and this time it looks like Bob Mitchell, he's taking the inside, and he is coming in here fast. Let's see, they are neck and neck, guys. This is going to be close. Looks like Brian Bayer is gaining some speed as we come around here towards turn 3. Are you cheering him on? All right, come on, let's go. All right, this is gonna be a photo finish, guys. Look how close they are. Oh, Bob Mitchell's getting loose. And it looks like it's Brian Bayer. You won, high five, you get to stay. Okay, Paisley, you're amazing. Go grab a t-shirt from our Bandit girls, and also, tell me if I'm right, but I think Bob Mitchell actually sent you a special Iceman shirt from the pits. That's pretty awesome, right? He didn't want you to go home with just one shirt, so you get your own Iceman shirt, Paisley. Congratulations. All right. And who are you, my new buddy?
I'm Skylar.
Skylar. And how old are you, Skylar?
7.
7. And you have number 46, Brian Cash, and it looks like they're already taking the green flag. Okay, so you keep cheering on Brian. We got Brian versus Brian. It's the Brian face-off. And it looks like Brian Cash is coming out strong. Okay, do you think Brian Bayer can catch up? What do you think, Heath? Yeah?
No.
Yes, he can. He can still make it. There's a lot that can happen. We got half the track left. It looks like Brian Cash is hugging that turn right on the inside. And here he comes, and it looks like it's Brian Cash for the win. All right, Heath, you're amazing. Go head on over. They're going to give you a nice Bandit shirt. Thank you so much. All right. Way to go, buddy. Congratulations. Congratulations. And now it looks like we have 66. Is that... Who's next? Oh, yeah, you're over there, honey. Come here. You're going to go on that side now. Okay. Come on. Here we go. All right. What's your name?
Hunter.
Hunter, how old are you?
9.
9. And you have who?
You got the 66.
66.
Right there.
That's Austin Hoppy. Are you excited? All right, guys. They got the green flag, so now you got to cheer on Brian to take Austin out here. Let's go. All right. And Austin is coming in fast and hot. These two kind of have a fun rival. In fact, over in the pits earlier today, Brian Cash got a 66 and a 46 shaved into his head by Austin Hoppy. So it's kind of hilarious. These two have been going after each other the last couple races, and it looks like they are right next to each other. Oh, and they connected. Oh, my goodness. That was a serious connect. Did you guys hear that? And Austin Hoppy takes the checkered flag. All right, Austin Hoppy stays. Congratulations. Good job, buddy. Grab a t-shirt. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see. It looks like, guys, we might have a caution here. It looks like Brian Cash might be cashed out. He is stopped on the track, and he blew a tire. So we're going to see. I think that we're going to have to hang tight and see what happens here. All right. They're going to have to see if we can get him moved off the track here. Man, oh man, this is action-packed for so early in the race, isn't it? And what's your name, my sweet girl?
Jasmine.
Jasmine, like the princess, huh? Yeah. How old are you, Jasmine?
7.
You're 7? Oh my gosh. So are you in 3rd grade? 2nd grade? 2nd grade?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. And you're kind of conflicted here, right? Because you have the Godfather t-shirt on, but then you have number 14 as your driver, don't you? And that's Ricky Root. And it looks like he signed that for you, didn't he?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You think he can win this whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the confidence. I like the confidence. All right. How are you feeling over here about Austin Hoppy?
I guess good.
You should feel good if you already took a win.
He said to tell you that the reason he's out is...
Yeah, we already talked about it. So are we... Okay. Cool. All right. So it looks like our buddy Brian Cash, they're going to have to tow him out. Thanks to Fletcher's Towing. They are your tow truck sponsor here at Five Flags Speedway. They are the official tower of Five Flags Speedway. And they, from the looks of these tires, if you're blowing a tire after 1 or 2 laps, then I think they're going to have their work cut out for them tonight. So thank you to them. They're going to get him cleared off the track, and then we'll resume with the shootout with our buddy Austin Hoppy taking on Mr. Ricky Rude. I know, it was serious, right?
If you got this, I'll go up and do some stuff from up there. No. Good luck. Maybe everybody will get a flat tire.
Right? Then you can take them all, right? Oh, Brian Cash. We're just going to blame Austin Hoppy for that one, right? I'm just kidding. Poor Dr. Diesel. We like to pick on him. It's pretty funny, though, that he shaved a Dr. Diesel 66 in Brian Cash's head, isn't it, though? Like, if you see him after the race, he's rocking a 66 and then a 46. And I was like, Austin, I didn't see a 46 on your head. Are you going to be cheering on Brian Cash like that? He's like, no one offered to put it in my hair. So I hope one of our bandits at the end of the race, if they're listening, I hope one of our bandits shaves in a nice 46 in honor of Brian Cash being such a good sport. Austin, of course, did 66 before he did the 46. So I don't know if Brian Cash had a lot of decision making into that one, but he is now Austin Hoppy's #1 fan, I think. All right. And it looks like we're about to get going. Are you ready? Princess Jasmine, you ready to go? Look at all these beautiful jewels. Where did you get all this beautiful jewelry?
From my papa.
From who?
My papa.
Your papa? Oh my gosh, you are so lucky. That's really nice. I love it. Which one is your favorite? I pretty much love that ring. Oh, you like that bracelet. That's beautiful. All right, so you ready to cheer on Mr. Ricky Rude? It looks like they're just about done. They just got to check the track and make sure there's no debris out there from his tires so no one else gets hurt, right? We don't want that to happen. Yeah. Okay. All right. What do you think Austin's going to pick, inside or outside? So if they win, they get to decide if they want to be in the inside or the outside lane.
I don't know.
You don't know? It looks like he's lined up on the inside, but we'll see if he stays there because he likes to switch it up sometimes. So we'll see what he does here. And you're all seeing Brian Cash come in and nice view for us to see just how blown that tire is. There's no joke there. That tire is gone. All right. They're finishing clearing. Are you ready? I know, we waited a long time, haven't we? All right. You want to cheer for Ricky? You want to say, go, Ricky, go? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Go, Ricky, go. There we go. All right, sweetheart. Okay. Let's see. It looks like we might almost be ready to start again. Isn't that whenever those boys blow a tire, they take so long. Pokemon. I know, right? They're just having a water break, casually chatting. Hopefully they're picking on each other, making a side bet out there. All right, guys. We're back in the action. Are you ready? Yes? All right. You ready? You excited? All right. Let's see them. Hopefully they're going to get the checkered flag right here on the beginning here. All right. Let's see if we're going to get our green flag. All right. So they got to stay even as they go around so they match each other's pacing, okay? So that way it starts fair. And then as they hit this straightaway, they're going to hit the gas. All right. Here we go. All right. Cheer them on, guys. Let's see this. This is going to be a competitive race. Austin and Ricky are very competitive, so we're going to have to see. This is going to come down to a finish, I think, at the end here. Okay, it looks like Ricky's in the lead so far. Is he doing good? He's halfway around. Yeah, here he goes. Here he goes. Are you excited? He's coming in. Oh, my goodness. It looks like Austin's trying to make the jump on him, but it is not going to happen. And Ricky Root is the winner. All right. Thank you so much, buddy. You can grab a Bandit shirt. Thank you so much. Are you excited? You can win $100.
Yeah.
Yeah? What would you buy if you win $100?
Bracelets.
Bracelets. I mean, I should have guessed that. I love this. All right. So you're going to get a lot of bracelets for $100. All right. Who we got next? We got Turbo, Alan Bull. So Ricky and Alan, they're teammates. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, they're teammates. So now this is going to be a hot competition because these two have raced against each other for a long time. So they know how each other race. You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right. What's your name, honey?
Lizard.
All right. Let's cheer them on. Come on, Alan. All right. Keep cheering them on, guys. They are not sparing no expense here. They are going for it. Let's see how these guys do. It looks like Ricky has the early lead. Your boy's got an early lead. Let's cheer him on. And he looks like he's coming up to the top to try to hold Alan Bull's back, but Alan is not letting up here. He is right behind him. Let's see how this is going. Okay, here he comes, here he comes. Let's see. And it's Ricky Root again. All right, thanks, buddy. Grab a Bandit shirt. Thank you so much. Okay, come on over. All right, Jasmine, you're still in it. And come on over. What's your name?
Chase Smith.
Chase Smith, and I heard it is your birthday. Is it your birthday? Yes, let's give him a round of applause. How old are you, sweetie?
7.
7 today. Okay, the birthday boy is going to bring our buddy Mike Morgan some good luck, I think. All right, you're cheering for Mike Morgan. We call his truck Mac Vader. Let's see this. All right, guys, this is a hot race. We got our heat winners from heat 1 and 2 here facing off. Let's see how it goes. Ricky took heat 1 and Mike Morgan took heat 2, so this is going to be a good race. All right, it looks like Ricky's taking the lead here. But let's see if Mike Morgan can get it back ahead of him here as he comes around. All right, cheer him on. There we go. Oh, and there we go. Ricky Root again. But you know what, buddy? Not only is it your birthday, but Mike Morgan wanted you to have this special gift. It looks like he signed you a poster and gave you a flag. Happy birthday, sweetheart. Grab another free shirt, and thank you so much. All right, all right, all right. Who we got next? We got Luke Whitmire. Are you excited? Come on over. What's your name?
Cody.
Cody. Okay, and you have 51. How old are you?
3.
And what are you going to do if you win $100? You going to buy candy? Candy, okay. All right, let's cheer him on. Cheer on Luke over here, okay? You got to cheer him on. I mean, I think he got second against Ricky in the heat races, so this is going to be a close one, too. How you feeling, Jasmine? You're just chilling here, aren't you? Ricky's pulling it off for you so far. All right, let's see. Let's see if our buddy Luke can come back and make it happen here. Cheer him on. He's coming in the home stretch right now, buddy. Here we go. And it's Ricky Root again. Congratulations here, honey. You can take this, and then you're going to head over and grab a shirt. Jasmine, we're still here. Ricky is doing you right, isn't he? You are one step closer to winning $100 cash. Is that awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks to our buddies over at Air Dog. All right, here comes a big competition. We got 55, the Godfather. And how old are you, sweetheart?
9.
9. And what do you already told me what you're doing with $100. It's the LOLs thing I don't know, right? I know, because I'm an old lady. I don't know what those are. You're going to have to show me. Maybe you can buy me one with your $100 if you win, right? All right, you ready? Here comes your boy, the Godfather. Let's see. These two are going to go neck and neck. Let's see how this goes. Yes, good job. Cheer him on, honey.
Go, Godfather!
I think he's hearing you. He's getting close. Looks like Ricky might have the early lead, but the Godfather is not going to let up, I'll tell you that. Oh, look at this. They are fighting to the finish, guys. Talk about putting on a show. The Godfather and Ricky Root are going to take it down here for the flag finish. Who's it going to be? It's Ricky Root again. Now, hold on. Come here really quick. No one loves giving away money more than the Godfather. And let me tell you what. For 55, the Godfather wanted you to have $55. So you are going home with $55. Say thanks, Godfather.
Thanks, Godfather.
I mean, he's the best, right? Congratulations, sweetheart. All right, Jasmine. You're still in it. I mean, Ricky is just kicking booty. Come on over here, honey. What's your name?
Aubrey.
Aubrey, are you ready? You're so excited. Who you got? Let's see. Oh, yes, number 16. Here we go. We're going to see how this goes. That is Randy Briggs. Cheer them on. Okay, it looks like Ricky is holding that front, but, oh, I don't know. Randy Briggs is not far behind, is he? He's doing pretty good. That 16 truck has had a lot of luck in these Bandit races this year, let me tell you. Okay, cheer them on, guys. Here they come. It looks like Ricky's hugging tight to those turn 3 and 4, and here he comes. And it's Ricky Root again. He cannot be stopped. Thank you for so much, honey. You go grab a t-shirt. All right, Jasmine, my girl, you're still here. Those bracelets are coming up soon. We don't have that many drivers left, girl. All right, and what's your name?
Max.
Max, and you have what number?
8.
You got Mr. Doug Hilson, don't you? Yeah, you're going to cheer him on. We're going to see Doug Hilson if he can uplift Ricky Root. I mean, Ricky Root's on a hot streak, guys. He is on a hot streak. All right, here we go. Ready? And they're taking off. It looks like Ricky got loose right away in that straight edge, so we'll see if Doug Hilson can make the most of that as he comes around here, turn 2. Yeah, you're so cool. You're going to cheer him on? You're like so comfortable. You're just confident Ricky's got it, aren't you, honey? All right, come on. Let's tell him. Yeah, there we go. No shortage of cheers, okay? So if Doug doesn't win this, it's not because he didn't have a great fan cheering him on. Oh, and it's Ricky Root again. So close, buddy. Thank you so much. You can grab a t-shirt from our Bandit girls. And come on over. What's your name?
Aiden.
Aiden, my stockbroker. And you've got number 27, Darren Prophet. You want to know something? You want to know something, Jasmine? Darren and Ricky are brothers. Right? Oh. So this is going to get serious because if anyone knows how you can drive, it's your brother, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the Prophet brothers are facing off right now. All right. Let's see who can take this here. Looks like Ricky's out in front at the beginning, but I'll tell you what. I know Darren Prophet, and he is not going to let him have this one easy. So cheer him on, Aiden. There's a definite chance he will make a comeback because he has a lot of enthusiasm coming into this race. Here we go. Oh, he's right behind him. He knows how Ricky drives. If anyone can make this happen in the 11th hour, it's Darren Prophet. Oh, Ricky again. This is crazy. I don't know if we've had someone on a hot streak like this. Congratulations, Aiden. All right, Jasmine, you're almost at $100. Are you so excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky Root has never, I don't know if he's gone on a streak like this before.
No.
No. Okay, and what's your name, darling?
Bentley.
Bentley, I met you early, and you have number 74, the wheelman Mark Noble, right?
Yes.
And you want to know something? In our leaderboard right now, Ricky is number 1, and Mark Noble is number 2, and they're only a few points apart, so this is going to be a competitive race. Oh, and Mark Noble's taking the early lead. You better cheer on your boy, Ricky Root. Whoa, he's about to upseat our Ricky Root here. It could happen. We'll see if Mark Noble can hold on to this for the second half of the race, but he is off to a hot start against Mr. Ricky Rude. Let's see how they come. Cheer him on! Cheer him on! Oh my gosh, it's gonna come down to the end, and it's Mark Noble! Okay, so you're in, Jasmine. That was a long time. You did so good. Give me a high five. You get a t-shirt. Congratulations. All right. Bentley, how you feeling? Your boy just upseated Ricky Rude after that hot streak.
Good.
Good. What are you gonna do if you win $100? What are you gonna buy?
Xbox.
Xbox? Is Jay your best friend over here from AirDog? Yeah. An Xbox, that'll get you pretty close to an Xbox here. And what's your name?
Peyton.
Peyton, and you have our buddy number 41, Marshall Davis. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see. These guys are close in the points. We got Mark Noble in second on our leaderboard, and we've got Marshall Davis in fourth. So let me tell you, this is gonna be competitive. Look at them over there. They are neck and neck over there, guys. Cheer them on. It looks like Mark Noble's got a slight lead on our boy Pigpen Marshall Davis, but let's see if he can hang on to it here. Here we go, here we go. Let's see who's gonna take it. Oh, Mark Noble for his second win in a row. Congratulations, buddy. Peyton, great job. Grab a Bandit shirt. Thank you so much. Good job. All right. What's your name, darling?
Braylon.
Braylon, and you have number 7. You know, that's John Lisenby. I see he signed it. Are you cheering for him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're going to cheer loud? Okay, well, let's see how he goes. He goes by Redbeard. Is that funny? I know, because he doesn't have a red beard. Right? Isn't that kind of crazy? Red beard with no red beard. All right, let's see who can do this. All right, guys. It's Mark Noble and John Lisenby. All right, Mark Noble's got an early lead, but you guys, look at this. They are coming in tight as they go into turn 2 here. It's anyone's race. You got to cheer him on, bud. I know, Mark, it's like he heard you. As soon as you started cheering, he took the lead there. All right, here they come. Can Mark Noble hang on to this for a third? Oh, there was a little almost contact there. Here we go, and Mark Noble holds on to it. Thank you so much, sweetie. Give me a high five and go grab a Bandit shirt, okay? Good job. All right. This is our last one. Last one. Do you guys realize one of you two are going to get $100 courtesy of AirDog? Is that so exciting? Yes? What's your name, sweetie?
Chloe Lambert.
Chloe Lamberg. All right. And you have, what's number? I can't see. Oh, number 4, Lightning. He goes by Lightning. So if anyone can beat the wheelman, it might be Lightning. That's Scott Treadway, okay? All right, guys. It's our final race in the shootout. Let's hear you make some noise. Okay, it looks like Scott Treadway took the lead there. Let's see. Let's see if he can keep it. Okay, it looks like the wheelman, he's coming up. He's trying to make it around him. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, this is going to be tight, guys. We're coming into our last turn here. Can he take it? It is Scott Treadway! Scott Treadway with the win! Congratulations! Good job, buddy. Thank you so much. Go ahead and take your t-shirt. You won $100. Now you got to come over here because the most important part. Okay, this is our buddy Jay. We want to congratulate you on behalf of AirDog. And Jay, just tell us, how fun is this?
Oh, this is a blast. Seriously, it really is a highlight of the night. I mean, the kids tell it all. Yeah.
Yes. Amazing. Are you so excited? Okay. Bandit fans, make some noise for our winner of the Bandit Shootout, Scott Treadway and Chloe. Congratulations! You can take your $100. It's yours. It's really yours. What are you going to buy?
I'm going to help the cancer kids.
Oh my God. You guys. Oh my gosh. That is the most amazing thing I've ever heard. Thank you. Where did you get that idea?
My Mimi, because her sister just died from cancer.
Oh, and so you're going to donate some money to help other people? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Our future is bright with kids like these, let me tell you. If I had more money on me, I'd give you more, sweetheart. Congratulations. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy it. And thank you again to our buddies at AirDog. We can't thank you enough. We really appreciate it. Amazing. That's everything from the shootout, guys. We'll be getting going with our challenge races here in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Danielle. What an exciting showing we had in the Bandit Shootout. We saw dominating performances from both Ricky Rude and Mark Noble, but right at the end, it was Scott Treadway taking the checkered flag in the Bandit Shootout. But probably the highlight of the night, once again, an incident between Brian Cash and Austin Hoppy. Man, oh man, that was a sight to behold. And I gotta tell you, that was definitely an exciting battle between both Brian Cash and Austin Hoppy.
Yeah, that was definitely the crash of the night. I'm out of breath a little bit, Adam. I was standing down there in turn 1, getting a feel for these trucks as they come around.
Yeah, and once again, we send a special thank you to our sponsors, Air Dog, Minimizer, Big and Nuts, and Kick Marketing. And we also thank all you fans for tuning in tonight. It has been an exciting night so far, and we have 2 more races left on the schedule. The next race will be at Hawkeye Down Speedway, our first time back there, Saturday, September 21st, and then our season finale will take place on Saturday, October 12th at the Last Great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway, which will once again be another epic, historic night for the Iron Giants of the Asphalt.
It's Bristol, baby.
Yep, that's what they say. And next up will be our challenge races. Now, the winners of the heat races will compete in the Bandit Challenge race, and the lineup is based off the finishing order from those heat races. And this race will pit those trucks against each other for one last battle before our main show. And unlike the heat races, which were 10 laps, these races will be 15 laps, and our Bandit main will be 30 laps. And I gotta tell you, with the action we've seen here tonight, I have no idea what's going to happen this time around.
We're going to have more trucks on the track, so the action's going to pick up a little bit. And so we'll actually have 8 trucks out there in each challenge race. And it's going to give the guys a little more opportunity to figure this track out to get ready for that big main, that pays $10,000 to win. So they'll shake their trucks out some more. They've made some adjustments on account of it getting dark. We know that the drivers is talking about the track has tightened up a little bit now that it's cooler, and so it should. Some of the guys that's had a handle earlier may run a little bit better.
And also, we talked about and I understand that we are going to be trying to get a word with with someone down there in just a few moments, hopefully. And also, we saw that battle between Austin Hoppy and Brian Cash. And here's actually an interesting tidbit. One of them had their numbers shaved into the other's head, if I'm not mistaken.
66 and 41.
Yes,
yeah,
46 actually.
46. Actually, Austin Hoppy is a little bit of a barber down there. That was Luke Whitmire's head that he was putting some numbers in his head earlier today.
Oh, okay. And once again, we thank Air Dog for coming on board. And Air Dog, we have 2 Air Dog cams, one of them being carried by the 13 of Bob Mitchell, and the other one being carried by the 55 of Craig Kruckeberg. We thank them for their support.
We're getting set up in the pits to try to talk to Scott Treadway here in just a second. So we've got a camera down there. The guys are moving in position, and we're going to throw it to him here in just a little bit. But in the meanwhile, we'll take a look at the Air Dog cam. We've got Test Calibrations over here in Mobile, Alabama. That is a local distributor for Air Dog. Ted, Rick, and Joe, they're with that distributor. If you want an Air Dog system, that's where you'll go here locally.
Okay, and we got a camera down there with Scott Treadway. Hey, Scott. Hey, Scott, it's Adam Otwell and Jeff up here in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you. How y'all doing?
Doing just fine. Congratulations on that Bandit shootout victory. You and Mark Noble were definitely going at it there.
Yeah, it was a good race. I'm real proud of that victory.
Hey, I like you fast qualifying, so that means you only have to run one race. Ricky Rude did all the work, then he got knocked out. Then Mark Noble did some work, he got knocked out. You just waited to the end, put you one fast lap down, and said, thank you very much, I'm the winner.
Yeah, that was an awesome win I had tonight. I'm glad me and Mark had a good race.
Are you still feeling good? You know, we knew you was a little bit under the weather. We got some challenge races coming up. It's cooled down, the sun went down. Are you feeling a little better? Your truck is actually feeling good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling better. Like I say, it's cooled down, sun's went down. It's really helped, and I'm doing a lot better.
Now, Scott, we mentioned at in the pre-show that you are one of the guys who works on your own truck. Tell me, what is that like?
I enjoy the work. I like working on the truck. It's been a lot of fun. You know, we built this truck first this year after I totaled the other one, and it was a lot of work, but I enjoy working on it. I like it.
Yeah, we're not far from Mobile, Alabama, where you took a ride down the hill and rode down there to buy a battery and basically busted your truck in about 3 pieces. We want you to keep it all in one tonight.
I'm going to try my best to.
All right, so we got the challenge in the main left. What can we expect from you and Alice's revenge?
I'm just hoping to get a good starting position and try to take it to the front, try to win it.
All right, well, thank you very much, Scott, and best of luck to you for the rest of the night.
Thank y'all.
Always great to talk to Scott Treadway, and I got to tell you, with the way he's been driving here tonight, I can't wait to see how he does in the challenge in the main.
Yeah, he's going to do well.
And we also have another great sponsor, Big and Nuts, and Danielle got a chance to speak with them earlier today, so let's go to that interview with Big and Nuts.
All right, Bandit fans, I am here at the Biggins tent with Eli, my very tall buddy. I mean, nothing goes better with watching racing than some amazing peanuts. So tell us about Biggins.
You're not going to get these peanuts anywhere else except at a Bandit Series race. You can always buy them online too, but these are the best peanuts around. Biggins Nuts, they're effing huge.
And they are effing good. I mean, they are as amazing as it comes. I hear tons of amazing feedback from ours. And you guys are a series, a season sponsor for the Bandit Big Rig Series, right?
Yeah, we joined on in 2017. That's kind of where the company started, and since then we've just seen immense growth, and we couldn't be happier than to come to all the races with the Bandit Series and make new fans everywhere we go.
I love it. And you guys have some amazing merch. Why don't you show off some of these shirts? They're pretty funny. Tell us about these.
Yeah, so we got same design but 4 different colors, and then we just recently added a new design for the women's tank. Let me grab that quick.
Yeah, grab us a women's tank. Let's see it. Oh, look at these. And they're really nice fabric, right?
Oh, yeah. Breathable, nice fabric. Top of the line. Only the best for Biggins fans.
That's right. Only the best. And now let's just talk about for a serious moment here. I mean, fun brand, fun company, but you guys take this really serious with a portion of your proceeds going to no-kill animal shelters, which I think is so amazing. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so one of the main goals of the company, besides running a company well, is to provide support and awareness for no-kill shelters, especially at a local level. At all the races, we try and have a no-kill shelter or rescue out to all the races to work with us and then help promote their brand and their shelter and help them raise money and raise awareness. And then at the end of the event and at the end of all the years of the company, we give a donation to the local kill shelters for helping us out and hoping that that'll help them just as much.
That's amazing. I mean, you got to love that. I mean, the animal shelters, you see those all the time, and no-kill shelters are just, thank goodness for them, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I adopted my dog from a shelter back in October, and he's been one of the best choices I've made.
Oh, I love it. Well, besides his best choice, the best choice you can make at the Bandit races is grabbing some peanuts when you're here. If you want to order these online, take a look at their merch or anything else. What's your website?
www.bigginsnuts.com.
Bigginsnuts.com. Go check them out, guys. Back to you. Yep.
All right, and we're going to go live now to Danielle, who is with Brian Cash. So, Danielle, take it away.
All right, I'm here with Mr. Brian Cash, and this day started out quite funny with you and Austin Hoppy. You've had quite the battle, but I saw, let's show our cameras, Austin decided to brand you with a 66 and a 46 on your head. And then you come into the shootout. What happened out there?
I gave him a little love tap. I didn't mean to, hit him that hard. I was just trying to rattle his cage. It broke a bumper off. I run over the bumper. It cut a tire down, and when the bumper come under the truck, it hit both the park pods on the back axle, and it's collapsed both of the springs, so it's got my brakes locked down. So we're back there trying to fix that. Luke and the guys is up there on the front trying to put the bumper on. They won't let you race without a front bumper, so we're cobbling something up to make it to the main.
Is it going to happen? You're going to be in for the challenge, you think?
I am hoping 100% we'll make it there. We're hoping for it.
We might have to make a Bandit rule that you and Austin can't go against each other in the shootout anymore.
The rub rails on the go-kart, so I think we need to put them around mine and his when we get anywhere near each other.
You too. I mean, we can't get enough of it. Should he watch out for another love tap here coming in the Challenger feature?
I mean, they might. I mean, it depends on how good they get that bumper. If it's kind of on there a little bit, I need to baby it. But if it's on there really good, we'll see.
Hoppy, you better watch out. All right, we'll let you get going because, I mean, they're welding the bumper on right now. Thank you so much. We wish you the best. Get out there for the challenge. We need to see more.
Back under here first.
All right, he's going back under the truck. These guys are hands-on. We're not joking when we're here with that. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you very much, Danielle. And I got to say, after listening to that interview, I have a feeling that somewhere up in the skies, the Intimidator is looking down with a smile on his face.
Yeah, he rattled his cage a little bit. We've heard that before.
Yes, we have. And next up will be our challenge races, and hopefully Brian Cash will be able to be a part of that. And I gotta say, if you take a look right there, there's Luke Whitmire, who is helping out his teammate Brian Cash. They're welding that fender on there back there.
Yes, the front bumper.
Yeah, and also you see there, that's Jordan. We got a chance to speak with him at our first pre-show earlier this season at Kalamazoo. Great guy to talk to. And you see it right here. These guys are doing everything they can to make sure that Brian Cash is ready to go.
Once again, that's one of the drivers of another truck that's out there. We saw Ricky Rude welding on his own truck. But these trucks are out of the same stable, Cash and Whitmire, so they work together on those trucks. That's Luke welding the front bumper on them so that he can get going. We're going to have the challenge races starting here in a few minutes. They'll be lined up shortly, and some of them are starting to roll. I think they'll start pulling out here in just a second.
Yes, indeed. And I tell you what, we just saw all the work that Luke Whitmire was doing to try to make sure his friend Brian Cash could get out there. It shows that the Bandit Big Rig Series drivers, they're not just competitors. This is also a family when you really think about it.
That's right. Whenever your crew chief for one team is actually the driver of another team, a lot of these drivers work on each other's trucks. We saw that with the Jupiter Motorsports guys. Earlier we had to interview Scott. We wanted to interview somebody in his crew, but it was other drivers. So that's Scott Treadway's truck. Got that beautiful flag and eagle on the front of it. That's a fan favorite. A lot of people likes that mural on the front of the truck. And we're going to see if that's actually our bumper cam, isn't it?
Yep, that's riding on board with the Iceman, Bob Mitchell. And also a man who has had a really great night so far is the wheelman, Mark Noble. And we're going to see if we can get a word with him right now. And Little D is down there right now, so let's send it on down to her. Take it away, Little D.
Thank you, darling. I am here with the man, the myth, the legend, Mark Noble. I mean, coming into here, you're already on a hot streak, and yet you just keep the momentum going. How is it feeling, taking the heat win, doing great in the shootout?
Well, it was good to heat. I was lucky enough to start on the outside, and that's what I like. And I had a good start, and we ended up winning it. We had that shootout thing. I kind of messed up in the last one there. I ended up second, but, it's this driver error type thing. I wasn't in the right gear, but we're feeling good. We're going to start in front of the challenge race now, so we'll see what happens. Just got to keep winning races. That's all I know.
And I know when we talked earlier, we talked about this abrasive track. It's been a while since we've been on a southern track where they're more abrasive, and it's a lot about tires. How are you feeling going into this track, and how is it driving for you?
That's good. My tires are looking good. I've been watching other guys' tires, and mine are definitely looking better. So we just got to survive this challenge and then get a good draw in the feature and go from there.
One step at a time. Anyone you're kind of particularly after? You and Ricky 1 and 2. Does it make it a little sweeter when you're kind of going for him or gunning for him?
No, I'm not. Just you just got to beat everybody out there, because if you focus on too many, 1 or 2 guys, then that 3rd or 4th guy comes along and whips you. So it's just got to beat them all. And then hopefully that's what we'll do.
All right, he's going to beat them all. We're wishing you the best of luck here. We'll let you get ready for the challenge. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you very much, Danielle. Always doing a tremendous job with her pit reporting as we get ready for our first challenge race of the day. And I got to tell you, as we just heard from Mark Noble, he's looking to win no matter what.
Yeah, he just wants to beat everybody. Who do you want to beat, Mark? I want to beat them all. So he's going to do that. He's obviously a wheel man. You don't get 600 feature wins, without being able to wheel a car around a track on dirt. And he's transferred that knowledge to asphalt and these Bandit trucks. He and Ricky, they can actually maneuver a truck. Seems like whenever things starts getting tense, they tend to do a little better sometimes in competition, and that's the reason they're leading in points for 1 and 2. So you see a few of our trucks there lined up. We've got, let's see, 2, 4, 5 of them. We'll get a few more of them pulling around there, and we'll get started for our next challenge race here shortly.
Yeah, and it looks like the 2 guys that are going to be starting on the front row are going to be Bob Mitchell in the 13 and the 27 of Darren Profit. And as we get ready for our all right, here's the list for our challenge race. In row 2 is going to be Doug Hilson alongside Austin Hoppy. Row 3 will consist of Scott Treadway and Randy Briggs, followed by Brian Bayer and Alan Bowles in row number 4. And that is your starting lineup for challenge race number 1. As we continue to wait, we want to send, once again, a special thank you to our sponsors, AirDog, Minimizer, Big and Nuts, and Kick Marketing. Without your support, we could not make this happen. And also, a special thank you to all the fans who have supported the Bandit Big Rig Series for the last 3 years as they continue to grow each and every year. We're glad that you could always be a part of it. And let's take a look once again. Darren Profit and Bob Mitchell going to be leading us off. What do you think is going to happen on this one? Who do you think gets the advantage in the first turn?
All right, I'm going to say Darren Profit. He's on the outside. He likes that outside entry into the corners. We got a lot of banking. You know, I've been wrong before, but I'm gonna step out there and say Darren Profit.
And once again, Ed Brown is our flagman for today, doing a tremendous job here in Pensacola. We thank him for all he has done here tonight, and we hope you've all enjoyed the action so far. And it's only going to get any better. It's only going to get better from here on out.
Yeah, 8's a lot more than 5. There's going to be a little more beating and banging. These guys are going to be working their way up through the field as best they can, and we're about to find out what's going to happen.
And here's the green flag. We are off and into turn number 1. Who gets the advantage? And it looks like it's the Iceman out in front. Bob Mitchell has the lead, and looking on the inside for second is the 8 of Doug Hilson.
Isn't that what I said?
Yeah, and it looks like Bob Mitchell is going to lead the first lap of Challenge 1, and second place right now is the 27 of Darren Profit, but he's got Doug Hilson looking on his inside there. And now on to the back straightaway. Bob Mitchell continues to lead. We've also got another great battle between the 16 and the 4, and Randy Briggs gets the advantage. And look at this, Doug Hilson on the inside. Doug Hilson going for second place, and it looks like he's going to get it, heading to the start-finish line, and yes, he will.
And Doug is looking good. He is hugging the bottom of that racetrack going through the turns. He is standing.
Oh, and look at Austin Hoppy right there on the inside of Darren Profit. It looked like they maybe touched just a smidge.
Yeah, I think they touched a lot.
Yeah, Austin Hoppy giving it all he's got here tonight. He's looking on the inside, not quite enough. And here comes the 16 of Randy Briggs on the outside of him. Man, oh man, Austin Hoppy definitely in quite a pickle here, as Randy Briggs is right there behind him.
Man, Randy dove down. Man, that's a great shot right there. He is all over Austin Hoppy.
Randy Briggs was unable to make it to Kalamazoo the last race out, so you know he's looking for a good run here tonight at Pensacola. And onto the back straightaway as Bob Mitchell continues to lead. Here comes the 8 of Doug Hilson looking on the inside of him. Doug Hilson going for the lead in turns 3 and 4. Can he pull it off as we come to the start-finish line?
Number 8 of Hilson.
Bob Mitchell still holding on to his lead, but Doug Hilson is not to be denied yet.
Man, Doug has got his left wheel down there on the apron.
That's for fourth spot.
And look at Doug Hilson. He's got a good run on the inside. Can he pull it off right here?
Can Hilson
here they come.
Bob Mitchell slid way high in that corner.
And that opens up an opportunity for Doug Hilson to make a move. Bob Mitchell beat him to the start-finish line, but don't count Doug out yet. Doug Hilson, he's there. He's got a little bit of advantage going on to the back straightaway. He's got a good run to take the lead. Can he do it in turns 3 and 4?
He drifted up high in the straightaway and took as much of the track as he could away from Bob and dove back down to the inside.
And to the start-finish line, Doug Hilson leads that lap. Doug Hilson takes the lead at lap 7. But Bob Mitchell is not done yet. And look at Austin Hoppy going to the inside of Darren Profit for 3rd. Man, we are getting some great racing action in this first challenge race of the evening. Doug Hilson takes the lead, and now we are at the halfway mark. Can Doug Hilson hold on for just a couple more laps? And Austin Hoppy looking to the inside again. Let's see what happens here. Oh, man! It looked like they touched there.
I'm not sure if Darren got loose whenever he got up there, but it looked like they bumped a little.
Yeah. Austin Hoppy trying all he can to get around Darren Profit, but so far Darren has had an answer for everything he's tried. As we ride on, oh no, the 69 is slow off the pace. Brian Bayer is slow off the pace, and I just got word that he almost spun out there. The race continues, we stay green, but that is a tough break for Brian Bayer.
He's back under speed. He must have got a little squirrely. His truck's back under running under speed, so I think he's going to continue on.
All right, Doug Hilson continues to lead now as Austin Hoppy looked like he got a little loose there. And coming to the start-finish line, we have 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go in Challenge 1. And looks like Doug Hilson's starting to pull away from the leaders. And the battle that's heating up right now is the battle for 2nd and 3rd between Darren Profit and Bob Mitchell.
Yeah, we saw a quick shot of the 69 there. He's back under speed, but he's about a half a lap behind these guys.
And now on to the back straightaway. The battle for 2nd continues. As Doug Hilson continues to lead, Darren Profit and Bob Mitchell are battling out for the 2nd place spot. Here goes Darren Profit to the outside.
2 laps left.
It'll be 2 laps to go. We'll see if Darren can get around Bob.
Darren's on the high side. Bob's down low.
And look at this, Bob Mitchell. He's got the advantage over Darren Profit, but Darren might have something for him on this last lap here.
Darren drives it deep in that corner. That's the long way around the track.
Here they come. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. Doug Hilson has this race in the bag, but the question is who will be 2nd and who will be 3rd. Right now, Bob Mitchell has the advantage over Darren Profit. Here we go into the final turns. It'll be the 8 of Doug Hilson taking the checkered flag in challenge number 1. And who will be 2nd, who will be 3rd? It's going to be a close battle, and Bob Mitchell holds off Darren Profit for 2nd. Darren will finish in 3rd. 4th place goes to Austin Hoppy, followed by the 4 of Scott Treadway, 16 Randy Briggs, 3 of Alan Bowles, and the 69 of Brian Bayer.
Man.
All right, we're going to take a look right here.
This was earlier in the race.
Yeah, and Austin Hoppy was doing a great job at holding his momentum.
Man, look at Randy Briggs.
Yeah, there's Randy Briggs just getting a little sideways there.
He corrected. Man, it scared me whenever he overcorrected there. I thought he was going to spin back the other way, but, you know, he showed his driving skills, pulled it out of that slide, and straightened her up.
Yeah, but nonetheless, your winner of challenge number 1, the 8 of Doug Hilson. Congratulations. And now we're ready for challenge number 2. Let's take a look at who we have in this one. Looks like it's going to be the 74 of Mark Noble alongside the 4 of Scott Treadway. the 74 of Mark Noble. Mike Morgan will be starting alongside of him. Row number 2, Ricky Rude and John Lisenby, followed by Luke Whitmire and Brian Cash in row 3. And rounding out the field, we have Marshall Davis and Craig Kruckeberg. That is your starting lineup for challenge number 2. And with Mark Noble and Mike Morgan starting alongside each other, that promises to be one heck of a start. But don't count out Ricky Rude and John Lisenby right behind them either.
You're not going to ask me what's going to happen on the start, since I was almost.
I was about to ask you that. What do you think? Who do you give the advantage to, Mike Morgan or Mark Noble on this start?
I'm going to go with Mark Noble on the inside. He's got his truck hooked up good. He looked real good in that heat race. Actually, the preferred line would be to be on the outside at the start, but on the inside as they dive into the turn. So I'm going to say Mark Noble's going to pull off the back. Whenever they're going down the backstretch, Mark Noble will be in the lead. Let's see if I'm wrong again.
Yeah, and also in row 3, teammates Luke Whitmire and Brian Cash. Brian is back on the racetrack, and based on the interview that we heard from him earlier today, he made a reference to Dale Earnhardt, and if you ask me, he's going to have to drive like Dale Earnhardt for the rest of the night if he wants to walk away with a victory, if you ask me.
That's right. Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do. There are some heavy hitters right there in front of him in that first and second row.
Okay. Mark Noble and Mike Morgan going to lead us off to take the green flag, and here we go. Racing again at Five Flags Speedway, and Ricky Rude's good. He tried to make a move on the inside there, but it didn't work. And on to the back straightaway as we ride on board. And it's Mark Noble out in front, and here comes Ricky Rude to take second place. Ricky Rude works his way into second, now tries to run down Mark Noble, 74. These are the guys first and second in the point standings. Mark Noble knows he's got to take any advantage he has to finish ahead of Ricky Rude, especially when it comes to winning.
Yeah, Ricky Rude's leading in the points right now, and Mark Noble's second, so Mark wants to keep him behind him.
And right now, Mike Morgan runs in third right behind Ricky Rude. We'll see if he can make up some ground in the next couple of laps here. But right now, it's the wheelman out in front. And look at Craig Kruckeberg battling alongside the 46 of Brian Cash as we ride on board with him. Craig Kruckeberg carrying one of our Air Dog cams on here for tonight. The other one is being carried by the 13 of Bob Mitchell. And now, here we go to the start-finish line. Ricky Rude gets a little sideways there coming to the start-finish line. But he is doing all he can to try to catch up to Mark Noble, and he's not too far behind him.
He's not. He's keeping him in his sights.
And we got two great competitors right here. We've got the defending champion Ricky Rude going for a three-peat this season, and the 74 of Mark Noble, who has won over 600 victories in his storied career. He picked up his 612th victory at Kalamazoo Speedway, and you know he would love to put another feature win in the books here tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking at their lines there. Looks like Ricky's kind of running in his tracks. Now he's running lower than him. I was just trying to see if Ricky's running a different line. Sometimes he'll run in his tracks, but that last corner there, he dove down a little lower.
And as Ricky Rude tries to reel in the leader, Mark Noble, one person who's trying to reel in the 88 of Mike Morgan is the 51 of Luke Whitmire, who runs in fourth. He's trying to gain some ground on him. But here we come to the start-finish line. 6 laps have been completed, 9 laps to go. 9 laps to go for Mark Noble if he can hold on to his lead.
I don't know if Mark is kind of cornering, diming in the corner. He's running up high in the middle of the corner. Maybe it's helping him get a good run off, but they're definitely running different lines in the turns there. Ricky's trying to hug that bottom like Doug Hilson did in the first race.
Yeah, so far we've seen a pretty strong showing from everyone at Kruckeberg Motorsports so far. Kruckeberg Motorsports consisting of Mark Noble, Craig Kruckeberg, Doug Hilson, and the 69 of Brian Bayer. So
there
good.
Again, see, watch Mark. He drifts up high in that corner, and then he kind of cuts the corner off coming across. He may be onto something there, but he's not pulling away from Ricky. Ricky's actually just pulled up on him. He just made up a couple of lengths. He was all over his bumper there, but then he tends to pull back away.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what might happen in the last few laps. Ricky Rude might have a surprise in store for the wheelman. As we come to the start-finish line, he has 6 laps to work with. We'll see if Ricky Rude can pull something off here. And right now, running in 4th, you see, is the 51 of Luke Whitmire, who has really stepped up his game this season in the Bandit Big Rig Series. He's been finishing consistently, and I predict that one of these days he will win a Bandit main.
Yeah, he's gotten better and better. He's certainly got more comfortable on the track, and he's running better this year than he did finishing the season last year.
And right behind him is the 41 of Marshall Davis. Marshall Davis won earlier this season as well, looking to win another main here tonight, and he's trying to catch up. He's trying to get closer to the 51 of Luke Whitmire. He's coming up on him. It looked like he was going to try to go to the inside for him, but he couldn't quite catch up to him.
You see Marshall's back end step out right there? He drifted up a little bit coming off that corner. A lot of these guys has talked about that transition from the corners to the straightaway. It unsettles their truck, and the back end stepping out on. Of course, that's the spot where they're trying to get in the throttle too, so that's got a lot to do with it also.
3 laps to go as Mark Noble continues his lead, and Marshall Davis could be setting up Luke Whitmire right here. We'll see what happens as they go to the back straightaway.
He's all over him.
Yeah, Marshall Davis, he's looking on the inside. He might get a shot coming off turns 3 and 4. Luke Whitmire goes high. That opens up the door for Marshall Davis to gain a little ground on him, but he got a little loose there as we have 2 laps to go. Marshall Davis trying to reel in Luke Whitmire, but Luke has been doing a tremendous job at staying ahead of him. White flag is in the air, 1 lap to go, and it's the wheelman out in front of the series points leader. We'll see if Marshall Davis can get around Luke Whitmire. He's going to have one more shot here. Off turns 3 and 4, it's going to be the 74 of Mark Noble taking the checkered flag. He wins the final challenge race of the evening. Second place will go to Ricky Rude. Third place will go to Mike Morgan, 88. And Luke Whitmire holds off Marshall Davis for fourth. Fifth place goes to Marshall Davis, 41, followed by John Lisaby, Craig Kruckenberg, and Brian Cash.
So Mark Noble just wants to beat all of them. So who's he looking for? He's looking to beat everybody.
Another impressive showing by Mark Noble, and I understand that Little D is down there with Doug Hilson, the winner of challenge number 1. Take it away, Little D.
Thank you, Adam. I'm here with a very excited Doug Hilson, taking home his first challenge win of his career. How does it feel, my man?
Well, it feels real good because we've been struggling the last number of races with this truck. You know, running poor, not going anywhere. The boys at the shop did a ton of work to this thing. I think we're finally going the right direction.
I mean, it can't only go up. I mean, if you're taking the win, that's about the best you can do. So how is this track feeling for you?
It feels nice. I mean, it's not real. I mean, some of these tracks we've been on have been rough, and this one is pretty decent. I mean, nice banking. It's a big sweeping corners. It's fast, and you know, it's a little tough on front tires. So I have to be kind of cautious in the feature not to overextend the front, the right front tire and make it last all 30 laps.
Well, I'm confident you're going to be able to do it. It seems like this track is agreeing with you pretty well. We'll let you get ready here for the feature. Congratulations, though. We're so happy to finally see you take a challenge win under your belt.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you very much, Danielle. And I got to tell you, Doug Hilson, with the way his season's been going, I'm glad to see that he got to take a checkered flag here tonight.
Yeah, they kid Doug a little bit about those 600 wins Mark Noble has. They say that Doug has 600 second-place finishes. That's just poking at him a little bit. Those guys have run 1-2 a lot of times up in the Minnesota area. Doug's got a lot of feature wins himself. So he did a good job. He was staying on the bottom. I'm pretty sure that's probably what he's going to do in this feature race. I think he found something there. And being his first challenge race, everybody's excited about winning challenge heat, but what they want to win is this feature that's coming up. So whenever they start that feature, things is going to be for money then, $10,000 to win. What we're about to do, we're going to have some kids in the stands here in a little while that's going to do some help us out on our lineup. So are we going to go down to D?
All right, we're going to take it to Little D now, who is going to help determine the lineup. Let's go to her now.
What's your name, buddy?
Cameron.
Cameron. And how old are you?
6.
And do you have a favorite driver?
Yes.
Who?
Number 4.
Number 4, Scott Treadway. Okay, so what you're going to do, Cameron, you're my buddy, okay? You're going to pull a card and you're going to hand it to me. This person might not be your best friend if you pull them because they're going to start in the back of the line. Who is it? Let's see. Number 74, Mark Noble. That means he's going to start last, and that's a rough one because he's had a hot streak here. All right, Cameron, you ready for your next one? All right, pull another card. All right, and we got number 16. That's Randy Briggs. Randy Briggs will be second to last. Ugh, this is the part where you don't make a lot of friends. Keep pulling. Give me my next card, buddy. All right, Cameron. He's pulled number 14, Ricky Rude. Guys, this is a rough one. These are a lot of our leaders are already going to the back of the pack. No pressure, okay? They might not want to sign your shirt at the end of this race, buddy. All right, Cameron, who you got next? Oh, 46, that's Brian Cash. Brian Cash has been working hard to get his truck back together, and that's going to be Brian Cash. Draw the next one. Dun, dun, dun. Who you going to pick? Cameron. All right, number 4, that's your favorite, right? Scott Treadway. Okay, so Scott Treadway is going in the middle of the pack. Keep pulling, buddy. Give me my next card. And Cameron drew number 7. That's going to be John Lisenby. John Lisenby. All right, keep drawing. We got a lot of good guys still stuck in that pack. They're waiting to see who gets pulled. All right, next up, 55, the Godfather. I think he'll be semi-happy with this, right? Right in the middle of the pack. That's not too bad. All right, who you got next? 69. That is Brian Baer, our man who we just saw almost wipe out there, but he saved it. So he's going to be nice in the middle of the pack. Here we go, and we got number 27. That's Darren Profit. I think you'll be happy about this. Now you're getting to the part where you make best friends. Are you ready for that? These are going to be your best friends here coming up. All right, next up we got number 3. All right, we'll hand that over. That's Alan Bowles. All right, next one. 66. We got 66. That's going to be next. All right. Dun, 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 dun. And number 41, that's Marshall Davis. Okay, how many we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what this means? These guys are the first two lines of the race. Are you ready for this? All right. Number 88, Mike Morgan. He's going to be starting 4th position. Here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Number 8, Doug Hilson. That's going to feel good coming off his first challenge win here. He's going to be 3rd position. All right, here we go. These are the best friends that you're going to ever have right now. Okay, and he drew number 13, Bob Mitchell. Bob Mitchell is going to be starting on the front line here. And finally, the pole position tonight goes to Luke Whitmire. All right. Cameron, you did an amazing job. You just picked the lineup, okay? Congratulations. Thanks for doing that. And we're going to get these guys ready to go here on the track for our big feature as they find out their places here. Thank you.
All right, there is your starting lineup for tonight's Bandit Main, 30 laps, and that'll be an interesting front row. Luke Whitmire and Bob Mitchell and Mark Noble and Ricky Rude starting at the rear of the field.
I'm going to say they're going to earn their money tonight. So these guys are our points leaders. They're running 1 and 2 in the points, and they are back there in the very back and 3 from the back. So they'll have to use all their skills they can to see who finishes on top of each other. Now, what'll happen? Wherever these guys finish in the field, even if they don't win, they need a good showing and move up as much as they can. So, but I look for them to move up. They're going to have 30 laps. I'm going to look for them to move up.
Yeah, and we're going to take a short break here. We'll be back with more Bandit Big Rig Series action from Five Flags Speedway. Stay tuned. The 30-lap main is coming up.
awesome product. Don't have to worry about greasing my fifth wheel anymore. It's a non-issue. I just hook up, that's it.
When I found the minimizer, I mean, Scott, I was happier than hell because it was custom made just for my fifth wheel.
So you're a fan?
Oh, God, yes.
It's a 2019 Peterbilt 389. It's a 50-ton rotator.
So, what is the Fan Series Truck Show? It's a wash and show featuring cool working trucks, and you can enter your truck as judged or non-judged. The choice is yours.
It's a 02 Freightliner FLD 120 Classic. Best thing I like about it, when it comes down the road, all you see is chicken lights.
But hey, if you win, you're the Bandit Series Pace truck that night. Pretty cool, huh? And now you can even bundle Bandit race tickets and save. So be sure to register today.
And we are back live at Five Flags Speedway, and at this time we would like to send a special shout out to Fletcher's Towing, who is helping us out here tonight. Fletcher's Towing is proudly serving the Gulf Coast since 1984 with light, medium, heavy duty and specialized hauling available. If you're in trouble or just need quote, call Fletcher's. They are also the tow provider of Five Flags Speedway and the Snowball Derby. They are the Get 'em and Go crew. So thank you to Fletcher's Towing for your support here tonight.
Yeah, anybody familiar with the Pensacola racetrack, Five Flags Speedway, they know about these guys. They're out here on the week in and week out whenever they have races here at Five Flags. This is the guys that you see. So we're happy to have them. They brought some bigger trucks tonight than they normally have. But they certainly have the equipment to handle it. So they'll be out there on the front of our parade lap getting ready.
And also, we would like to remind you once again, the last two races this season will take place. The first one at Hawkeye Downs Speedway, Saturday, September 21st. And then our season finale, Saturday, October 12th at the historic Bristol Motor Speedway. We hope to see you all there. It promises to be an unforgettable night for the Bandit Big Rig Series. And I can hardly wait to see what's going to happen in this 30-lap main, especially with who we've got on the front row. And you saw it earlier, our top two guys in points, Ricky Rude and Mark Noble, they will be starting at the rear of the field as you see the point standings. This is how it looked coming in. It's going to look a lot different when we get ready to go racing at Hawkeye Downs after this race. And here's a look at how the lineup is determined by the feature race. You saw it earlier. It was determined by the luck of the draw, where we had one lucky fan draw out all the cards that had the drivers on it. And the order draw determines the lineup order for this feature race. And that leads us to Luke Whitmire starting alongside Bob Mitchell on the front row.
Yeah, as far as our winners tonight, you know, Doug Hilson is starting up toward the front. He's about the only winner that we've had that's up toward the front. Mark Noble, you know, has got a heat race and a challenge race win, and he is in the very back. And then two-time champion there, Ricky Rude, he's actually 3 from the back. So they've got their work cut out for them if they're going to make their way up through the field here. But they've got 30 laps, so that's a long race, and we'll see if they've got time to make it up through the field.
And I tell you what, this is definitely a huge opportunity for Luke Whitmire to start on the front row. We've talked about it during the show. He has been finishing consistently this season in the Bandit Big Rig Series. And he would love nothing more than to get his first feature win, the first race at Five Flags Speedway. What a day that would be for him.
Yeah, that's definitely, I mean, it's a couple of reasons. You want to put your name in the winner's circle. You want to be on the records of being a feature winner of the Bandit Big Rig Series, but you also want that big check, that big $10,000 check. That's a lot of motivation also.
Yes, indeed. And once again, we want to remind you the two guys carrying our Air Dog cams for tonight, the 55 of Craig Kruckeberg, and also Bob Mitchell carrying our second Air Dog cam. He'll be starting on the front row, so he'll get a good view when we go racing for 30 laps.
Yeah, there's that double shot right there. Both of them are sitting in the pits. They haven't started pulling out on the track yet, but they'll be pulling out shortly. We've got our show truck out front. We'll find out who the winner is, and we'll let you know if we find that out, and we'll also see when racing will be starting here shortly. We'll do driver introductions, but it'll be just a few more minutes.
And I gotta tell you, with the action we have seen so far, there is no telling what's going to happen in this 30-lap main. Five Flags Speedway. Again, this is the track that is home to the Snowball Derby, the most famous pro late model race of all time. And a lot of big names in racing have won that historic race. And I understand that Little D had a pre-race interview with Luke Whitmire, who's starting on the front row here earlier tonight. So let's go to that interview with Little D now.
All right, Bandit fans, I am here with 51 Luke Whitmire, and I'm so excited to chat with you. So coming out of Kalamazoo, I mean, to start out serious here, there was a serious wreck that happened that you were involved in, and luckily it didn't take you out of the race, but how did that all come down?
Well, I'm pretty sure I caused the wreck. My truck was pushing a little bit there at the beginning of the race because we'd changed tires, and I'd made a small tire pressure adjustment. We'd been doing good all day, but it was pushing a little bit as we come into the turns. And so I was going up high and dropping it in, and to try to get my tire seasoned in so I could let it handle. It was handling really good earlier in the day, and I didn't know Brian Bear was there, and when I come down, he was underneath me and spun me out, and took a couple of other trucks with us, but it was lucky that I was able to finish the race.
Yeah, well, we're glad, and everyone's safe, so that's always most important. But does that kind of affect your mindset for the rest of the race after you're involved in something like that intense, where multiple guys are involved in a pretty serious wreck?
It didn't bother me that bad, other than we busted the back outside tire, busted the rim, and I didn't know it, and my spotter and my crew couldn't see it from where they were at, and so I just went back out on the lineup, and just as soon as we took off for caution laps, I knew there was something wrong with my truck. I knew that I wasn't going to be able to be up front again. And then as they dropped the green flag, I knew something was really wrong. It was all I could do to just finish where I was at. I didn't have control like I had earlier in the day with that tire busted. So we finished the race, though. We loaded the truck underneath its own power, so it was all in all a good night.
It was a good night. And, to go into something positive, let's just talk about how you were driving. I mean, you were having a great race. You took the top time when we were doing practice laps. I mean, you were just on fire. It seems like the adjustments you make are really making a difference. How's that going to go today in Pensacola?
I don't know. We've run around about half of the track. I ain't got to look at the whole track yet, and we're going to have to get out there and practice and see what it's going to take, see how the truck handles. This is a bigger track. My truck seems to be doing good on the little tracks. It handles really good, but I don't have the motor and the horsepower to hang with some of these guys on the bigger tracks. But this one's it's almost a big circle. It's not like it's got one straightaway or even one back straightaway. It's almost oval. I don't know. We may be able to handle it. My truck might do good. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like you are just finding your stride more and more this season, so I think you're going to have a really good luck tonight at Five Flags Speedway, and we wish you the best here today in Pensacola.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, from Luke Whitmire. And I tell you what, Luke Whitmire has a better shot than anything to win his first ever main. And it is my understanding that we are going to be hearing from Big Phil, who works on Kruckenberg Motorsports trucks, and Phil is down there. Take it away, Phil.
What's going on, guys? What's the questions? What do you need to know, buddy?
Well, what are your thoughts on what you've seen so far here tonight, especially from the Kruckenberg Motorsports trucks?
Well, so far they're running great. Doug Hilson, I'm so happy that he got into first place. That's a great finish for him. Mark Noble's running great. Everybody's running great. 69, not real happy with it, but we're working on that. Godfather's out there. His truck's running good. We're hoping to go from where we're at to first place. We're running good tonight. I've got a good feeling about this race, guys. It's a great track, great fans. I want to thank everybody for being Bandit fans. It's a great place, and we're definitely coming back to this one.
All right, let me ask you, Big Phil.
Yes,
74 is starting dead last. How far up is Mark Noble going to make it?
Mark, how about you going to win this race? Mark says he's going to win the race. I'm going to put money on him.
All right, Big Phil. I got to tell you, we've seen some incredible action. What do you think we're going to see in this 30-lap main?
You know, you always ask me that question. I don't like to answer that, but it's going to be definitely a fun race to watch. There'll be a lot of bumping, a lot of grinding. It's a nice track. They're going to spread the trucks out, but there will definitely be some rubbing and some racing. It should be a good show. Don't take your eyes off that screen.
All right, well, thank you very much, Big Phil. And I got to tell you what, once again, I want to send a special thank you to your son for all the work he has done in the service. He is still doing a tremendous job.
Thank you, Adam.
So I send a special thank you to you for that.
I appreciate that, brother. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Phil. Always great to talk to him. Definitely a great guy.
All right, I just got word. I think it's Johnny Pratt is the winner of the fan favorite show truck. So if Johnny Pratt will be one of the big trucks here at the head of our parade lap, along with our wreckers that works the Pensacola area all the time, Fletcher Wrecker Service. So Johnny Pratt, congratulations.
Yes, indeed. And if you would like to lead off the Bandit Big Rig Series at our next two races, Hawkeye Downs and Bristol Motor Speedway, the way you can do that is if you come to the Bandit Big Rig Series Truck Show, and if you are the winner, that is exactly the prize you will get. And we hope to see you Saturday, September 21st when we head to Hawkeye Downs. We saw there was a lot of action the last race. In fact, that was the time Darren Profit flipped a second time, so you know Darren does not want to go through that again next time around.
Yeah, we had a rain-out race there. We go back and race it again. It rained again. Darren ends up spinning out, but we're getting a little closer.
Yeah, again, here's a look at the starting lineup. Luke Whitmire and Bob Mitchell starting on the front row, followed by Doug Hilson and Mike Morgan, Marshall Davis and Austin Hoppy, and row number 4, Alan Bowles and Darren Profit. And starting in row number 5, Brian Bayer and Craig Kruckeberg, two teammates, followed by John Lisenby and Scott Treadway, Brian Cash and Ricky Rude, and rounding out the field, Randy Briggs and Mark Noble. That is your starting lineup. And we're going to get to driver introductions in just a moment. And we're also going to be going to the live crowd for this. This is always a fun thing to do. Always great to hear how the fans react to all the stars of the Iron Giants of the asphalt. And this night promises to be an epic ending.
Well, they're starting to roll, Adam. Do you want to get ready for the introductions?
Yes, let's go ahead and get ready for introductions now. We're going to go to the live crowd just this moment right here, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here is your starting lineup for the 30-lap main at Five Flags Speedway. Are you guys ready? All right, here is the starting lineup. First, from Arden, North Carolina, in the number 51 Max, sponsored by Turf Mountain Sod, Whiskey Throttle Customs, Whitmire Trucking, Carolina Cat, Brian Cash Trucking, All Balls Performance, and NMF, Luke Whitmire. Next up, from Waupun, Wisconsin, in the number 13 Freightliner, sponsored by Dr. Diesel Service, Mitchell Motorcycle Transport, Elderon Truck Country, Big Rig Chrome Shop, and the Living Foundation, he is the Iceman, Bob Mitchell. Next up, from Blooming Prairie, Minnesota, in the number 8 Peterbilt, sponsored by Minimizer and Big and Nuts, former dirt racer, has 40-plus years of racing. Let's hear it for Mr. Doug Hilson. Next up, from War Trace, Tennessee, in the number 88 Mac Vader, sponsored by Windrock Truck Parts and Equipment, BMT, Steve Nash Trucking, Dex Truck Parts, Helbin Express, RD Trucking, and Joan Performance Products, he is the Black Dog, 88 Mike Morgan. Next up, from Mars Hill, North Carolina, in the number 41 Peterbilt, sponsored by Big N Nuts, Minimizer, Jupiter Enterprises, Pepsi, General Truck Parts, NMF, and the Pete Store, the man they call Pigpen, Marshall Davis. From Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, in the number 66 Sterling, sponsored by Dr. Diesel Service, Food Liner, Mitchell Motorcycle Transport, Elderon, Big Rig Chrome Shop, and the Living Foundation, Dr. Diesel, Austin Hoppy. In the number 3 Peterbilt, sponsored by Jupiter Enterprises, Pete Store, Minimizer, Airworks, Borge Warner, Thompson Cat, Pepsi, NMF, All Balls Performance, and General Truck Parts, he is the man they call Turbo from Weaverville, North Carolina, number 3, Alan Bowles. In the number 27 Peterbilt, sponsored by Profit Paving and Sam's Gap Motorsports, from Weaverville, North Carolina, let's hear it for number 27, Darren Profit. From Birdseye, Indiana, in the number 69 Freightliner, sponsored by Kentucky Oil and Filter and Minnesota Soybean, he is a 3-time track champion at Salem, the Birdseye Bullet, Brian Bayer. In the number 55 Ford L9000, sponsored by Minimizer and Robin Kruckeberg and Kentucky Oil and Filter, from Blooming Prairie, Minnesota, he is the Godfather, Craig Kruckeberg. Next up, in the number 7 Peterbilt, sponsored by NMF, Pete Store, Minimizer, Jupiter Motorsports, Pepsi, and General Truck Parts, from Weaverville, North Carolina, he is the man they call Redbeard, John Lisenby. From Marshall, North Carolina, in the number 4 Peterbilt, sponsored by Airworks, NMF, Arclight Fabrication Company, Pepsi, General Truck Parts, and the Pete Store, he was fastest in practice and qualifying. They call him Lightning, Scott Treadway. From Lake Toxaway, North Carolina, in the number 46 Mac, sponsored by Turf Mountain Sod, Whiskey Throttle Customs, Whitmire Trucking, Carolina Cat, Brian Cash Trucking, and All Balls Performance, and NMF, Brian Cash. Next up, in the number 14 Peterbilt, sponsored by NMF and Rude Motorsports, from Weaverville, North Carolina, your defending series champion, Ricky Rude. Next up, from Kansas City, Kansas, in the number 16 Volvo, sponsored by Caesars Truck Racing, Joe's Repair Services, Inc., B Visuals, Go NMF, Tuffner Weighing Systems, Cobra Knives, StateTractorJobs.com, and Arsenal Tire Solutions, Randy Briggs. And last but simply not least, in the number 74 Volvo, sponsored by Valley Transportation, Michelet's Trucking, Yeager Implements, and Discount Taxi Racing, the Wheelman, Mark Noble. Five Flags Speedway, that is your starting lineup for the 30-lap main. If you're ready for some Bandit Big Rig Series action, let me hear you make some noise. Come on, Pensacola, if you're ready for this 30-lap main, let me hear you make some noise. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is your starting lineup for the Bandit Series main at Five Flags Speedway. What a night this has been for this historic track and for this series.
Man, we are ready for some Bandit Big Rig action. So they're going to open the pay window. We're going to put all the tracks on all the trucks on the track. We got 16 trucks. They're going to fill up this half-mile speedway in beautiful Pensacola, Florida. the Sunshine State.
Rounding the speedway.
Yes, indeed. And the Sunshine State it is. We have seen some great sunshine. And I saw on Facebook that yesterday the Bandits took advantage of the day, of the opportunity that they were at Pensacola, Florida. They spent a great day at the beach and they enjoyed it, if you ask me.
Yeah, I actually saw a couple of them putting their changing shirts from working on their trucks in a little sweat. I saw some sunburn down there on a couple of bellies of Marshall Davis in particular. Had a little sunburn.
Yeah, and here's something that is always cool to see, and you have to be there live and in person just to see how cool it is. The 3-wide salute. Nobody else does it better than the Bandit Big Rig Series. The 3-wide salute to all the fans who have come out and support all these drivers. There they go. Always a great sight to behold.
That's right. And of course we said we had Johnny Pratt up front up there in a custom truck. That was voted on by the fans. He'll be pulling off with Fletcher towing. They'll pull out of the way. We've got Old Glory out front right there. Our Stars and Stripes.
What a sight. What a great sight.
The fans.
Yeah, Fletcher towing, helping us out.
The fans has got the opportunity to wave to the drivers. The drivers are saluting the fans with a 3-wide salute. But we'll go 2-wide. Before we start this race, you're starting to see them jostling there now. Everybody's getting in their starting position. They're going to get back 2-wide. We're going to get the tow trucks off the field and the show truck off the track. And we're about to go racing.
Yes, we are. And I got to tell you, the 2 guys that I'm going to be keeping my eye on are going to be Mark Noble and Ricky Rude, because even though they're starting at the rear of the field, we saw at the last race at Kalamazoo that Ricky Rude, he was starting at the rear, but he worked his way up. So as long as their trucks are good to go, they are just as much a threat to win as anybody else here.
A lot of the trucks qualified similar speeds tonight. There's only a second from first to last. So those guys up front, especially Doug, he's up there inside on the second row. He may check out on the field while Mark Noble and Ricky's trying to work their way up through the field. And this is a fast track. All of the trucks is running fast. It might be a little tougher on them to make those passes. We'll see whenever they drop the flag. Ricky's got the attitude, though. He's going to take off as soon as they drop the flag, and Mark Noble wants to beat everybody. So he's got the opportunity to pass everybody if he's going to beat everybody tonight. I'm looking forward to a good race and a lot of passing, and we'll see whenever they get spread out here what happens. We got the heat races and the challenge races are a little bit shorter distance. This is a 30-lap race. It may not seem like that much to you, but these guys use water spraying on their brakes. These tires heat up. There's a lot of difference between a 15-lap race and a 30-lap race. It's just not twice as many. It's a lot of pounding on those tires and handling, and so a lot of things shake out toward the end, and we'll see what happens. We're about to go racing, Adam. Did we get the one to go that time?
Yes, we got the one to go, and I was going to quickly ask you, on this start, who do you give the advantage to?
Luke Whitmire. I'm going to say Luke Whitmire. He's going to run around that bottom. He actually likes to run high most of the time when he's out there by himself. But he's got that inside move. I tell you, I'm going to say Doug Hilson's going to do something from that second row. That's going to be my prediction.
Okay, we'll see what happens as they take the green flag. Here we go. It's the 30-lap main at Five Flags Speedway, and what a push Bob Mitchell gets from Mike Morgan. The fireworks are going off, and there goes the Iceman way out in front.
Wrong again.
Great start by Luke Whitmire, but you got to give assists to Mike Morgan on that one. Here we go to the start-finish line. First lap, it's going to be Bob Mitchell leading them all.
As the fireworks go off behind the track, the fireworks are about to start on the track.
Yes, they are, and right now Mike Morgan tried to make a move on Luke Whitmire for second, but now Luke's trying to gain ground on Bob Mitchell. We'll see if he has enough to get around him to take the lead. Here we go to the start-finish line.
It's Bob Mitchell.
Luke Whitmire is starting to gain. on Bob.
Man, I like that view coming off 4. You see them getting in the throttle. That's Diesel coming out.
Oh, and here comes Luke Whitmire to the inside. Luke Whitmire is looking for the lead. Can he do it right here? He's got a good shot. Into turns 3 and 4. They're side by side as they head to the start-finish line.
Let's see who's going to have the...
Bob Mitchell leads at the start-finish line, but Luke Whitmire is there. And meanwhile, the 27 of Darren Profit has his hands full with the 3 of Alan Bowles. And there's the 8 of Doug Hilson trying to hang on there as he runs in 4th.
Luke Whitmire makes the pass.
And Luke Whitmire just makes a pass for the lead. He is in control now. And the 88 of Mike Morgan. Oh, we got a spin! Huge crash! It's the 8 of Doug Hilson and the 41 of Marshall Davis. And the 74 of Mark Noble has spun as well. There's more involved. Let's see, there's one more truck there. That might be the 46 of Brian Cash. Oh, yeah.
Now moving on.
And Marshall Davis has lost a fender. Oh, and that is a tough break for Doug Hilson.
This race becomes one that was involved.
I think Mark Noble just spun. I don't think he actually hit anything.
All right, we're going to get a look and see if we can find out what happened. Let's see, there's Marshall Davis on the inside of Doug Hilson.
Man.
Away from the accident.
Marshall was real close to him coming off that corner, but they run out of the view.
And 46 also.
Yeah, they ran out of view. Best we could probably tell, there was contact between Doug Hilson and Marshall Davis.
They were hooked up. It looked like their bumpers were hooked together, but actually.
Yeah, there's a look at one of the fenders that's loose, and it looked like the wall got damaged there too. And like, oh man, uh-oh.
That's the inside wall.
Yeah, that is the inside wall. And boy, they certainly left a mark right there. Hopefully the racing action will continue here.
Yeah, they'll you got to get the fender off the racetrack, and a lot of those bolts shear off whenever the fender took that hit. They'll be picking up all those bolts and stuff that keep it bolted on. They'll bolt that fender right back on.
All right, hopefully we'll get a better view right here.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Doug Hilson and Marshall Davis really hit the inside wall pretty hard there.
Watching the replay on the live stream, which is
and best we could tell, Marshall Davis and Doug Hilson got hooked up. That's the best we can figure out.
Yeah.
back further in the pack.
And we have just gotten word that Doug Hilson is out for the night after winning his first ever challenge race. This is how his night ends. Tough break for him.
Break. Let's look at that last view that we just shown. Let's look at it again.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, that was definitely quite a shot to behold. Let's see if we can find out what happened. Here they come into view.
Yeah, they're already hooked up there. You can't really tell. Actually looked like Mark Noble, hit the inside wall. He's just locking it up. Mark Noble sees the wreck in front of him. And
he's right behind Ricky Rude.
Right. He locks it up just to keep from hitting Ricky Rude. He sees the spin up in front of him. Ricky's getting into the Godfather there. But the wreck's already starting to happen. They're already hooked together. Looks like their bumpers, like the front bumper and rear bumpers, hooked together. I'm not sure what happened before that, but man, it's a hard hit right there.
Yes, it is.
Actually, Marshall Davis is the one that hit the wall so hard. Let's see if...
Yeah, there's a look at the aid of Doug Hilson. And we just mentioned he is out for the night. Tough break for him. And we'll
he's still sitting in the truck. I'm not sure what's broke on the truck. They're trying to check it out. He hadn't got out yet, so I don't think nobody's told Doug yet that he's done. He's still got his fire suit on and his helmet on. They're looking at his front end, see how much damage he has.
A lot of trucks with a lot of problems here.
Yeah, and you also saw a hard hit to the inside wall for Marshall Davis. We don't know if he's out for the night either.
Yeah, that was his rear wheels that hit that. They're actually looking at the front suspension and stuff there on Doug's.
Yeah, there's a look at the damage to Doug Hilson. Did a great job in the challenge. It looked like things were gonna turn around for him here tonight. But unfortunately, that is not the case. Tough break for Doug Hilson. And right now, as they run, Bob Mitchell is being scored as the leader. So Luke Whitmire will get another shot on this restart to try to get the lead again.
Let's try to be a double file restart just like earlier.
But also, the man who is currently running in third, as far as we know right now, is Mike Morgan, who gave a tremendous push to Bob on that start.
Yeah, man. Bob looked like he was shot out of a cannon on that restart. He dove out to the lead, and then Luke Whitmire run him down. But we'll get the track cleaned up and see what it's going to take to repair that wall there. And
yeah,
and the track officials down there taking a look at it.
Yeah, and as we wait to get this cleaned up, we want to send another special thank you to our sponsors, and I understand that Danielle is down there with Doug Hilson right now. Take it away, little D.
Thank you, Adam. Doug, first and foremost, are you okay? That was quite the collision there.
No, I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah. What a disappointing night. We just talked to you on a high. What happened there as you guys went into that?
It was probably my fault. I think I pinched the guy off on the inside of me. There's a wall there, and he had nowhere to go, and I was trying to get underneath the guy in front of me, and I should have been a little more patient. It's probably my fault. I think I pinched him down.
Well, we're really sorry to hear that. Do you think you're going to be back out, or is this the end of the road for you tonight here at Pensacola?
I think this is it for tonight.
We're so sorry. I'm glad you're okay, though, first and foremost. That's most important. But, of course, disappointed here. Doug Hilson, they're going to take a look at his truck, but it is the end of the road for him tonight. Guys, back to you in the booth.
Thank you very much, Danielle. And you could hear the disappointment in Doug's voice.
Yeah, Doug seemed to be taking the blame there. He's a hard competitor. That's the way he believes he saw it. But I'm not so sure. I mean, it looked to me like their bumpers hooked up. We didn't really have a good view right whenever they got tangled up. It kind of looked like their, bumpers got tangled up there a little bit. And then once they did, they went into that parallel spin and they ended up spinning around, hitting the wall. We'll try to find out about the 41. Let's see if we'll try to get some word on him. He's actually in the pits also. So I don't know if Marshall Davis is going to continue on or not. But they're taking a look at his front end, but it was his dual tires that hit the big wall.
Yeah, and there's a look at Marshall Davis right there. And there's a look at the fender. So the fender is
front bumper.
Yeah, and there's Marshall Davis right there working on his truck.
Yeah, that's him pumping the jack, trying to get it jacked up where they can. Looks like it's bolted on right there, so they may try to put some more bolts in it and get him back out there.
Yeah, hopefully Marshall Davis will be able to continue. And looks like we got Jordan from Whitmire Motorsports helping him out there as well. Jordan Cantrell from Whitmire Motorsports.
Using the old crescent wrench. We know that one fits.
Yeah. And as the crew continues to clean up all the mess here, we talked a little bit about Five Flags Speedway and the Snowball Derby and how a lot of big names have won at this racetrack. A lot of those names include Donnie Allison, Darrell Waltrip.
That's old school there.
Yeah, Darrell Waltrip, Ted Musgrave, and also some well-known pro late model drivers have also won this event as well. One of them being Augie Grill, who has also won the Alabama 200. Augie Grill from Hayden, Alabama. And we've even had some guys from NASCAR that have won the Snowball Derby, including Eric Jones, Chase Elliott, even Kyle Busch.
Yeah, a lot of tradition at this track. That Snowball Derby has always run the first weekend of December. It's a big race known throughout the country. So,
and we have just got an update about the 41, from what I understand. The 41 bumper needs 2 bolts to fix the damage, and they're trying really hard to get back into it.
Yeah, that's right. We're sitting here watching it. They got some impact wrenches out. Those bolts are all bent that was holding the bumper on. They're trying to get them out of the way so that they can put some new ones in. He's trying to take a nut off of a bent bolt. So that he's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, and you also see right there the trucks are back rolling at Five Flags Speedway, so we're ready to go back green flag racing in just a moment from what it looks like. And I gotta tell you what, we just saw our first main crash. I have a feeling that this won't be the last one.
They may spread out a little bit, but we're trying to get them rolling here, and we'll see. You know, the prize money hadn't changed. It's still $10,000 to win. We still got our points leader and our second place, and Mark Noble, and points leader Ricky Rude that's scored nose to tail. They've moved up a little bit, but they're still right behind each other on the racetrack. So there's 74, Mark Noble that's easing by the camera.
Yeah, and you see right here coming into view the 16 of Randy Briggs. It was a shame that we... Oh, and here's another view of the crash from the static cam. And again, we see just how hard the 8 and the 41 hit the wall. Definitely a hard lick for both of them.
They're not working on the back wheels is what hit the wall there on Marshall Davis's truck. They're not working on the back end at all. I guess that suspension and all's fine. His front bumper was hooked up with Doug Hilson's rear bumper whenever they was doing that little pirouette there. Kind of a synchronized swimming move, and that's what kind of slung him into that wall. So they've got the wall straightened out. Some of the pieces set back up there. Here we go. Oh man, they're hooked up right there. His front bumper and rear bumper, they're already hooked together whenever they come into view on that shot.
And there's a hard impact for Marshall Davis as his right rear hits that inside wall. I'm just glad that both drivers are okay.
Yeah, it was a hard hit, but it was on that back end. Marshall appeared to be fine when he was jacking the truck up there a while ago, so I think he's okay too.
Yeah, and you saw the 41 right there. It looks like the right rear has been changed out, so it looks like they're making final adjustments. I don't think this is going to be the last we've seen of Marshall Davis here tonight.
They haven't got any bolts in it yet.
Yeah, hopefully they can get those bolts in and he can go back racing with the Bandit Big Rig Series.
Yeah, where it attaches to the truck, it's actually sheared off. So that's Marshall Davis right there trying to get some bolts in it, but where he can get back in this race.
Yeah, hopefully Marshall Davis is not out of it. And once again, we send a special thank you to our sponsors, AirDog, Minimizer, Big and Nuts. We thank them for their love and support. AirDog, heavy-duty diesel fuel systems, and then the official nut of the Bandit Big Rig Series, Big and Nuts. And always, we send a special thank you to Minimizer. We thank them for coming on board. And we have just received word that the Bandits are back rolling again.
That was a big hammer he was using on that little bolt. That's actually one of the big hammers they use to break these tires down whenever they're changing the tires. They do a lot of tire changing on these trucks, especially on that right front. And it's really impressive to watch those guys change the tires and mount them on those oversized rims.
As we get ready to take the green, take a look at who is starting side by side in row number 5, Ricky Rude and Mark Noble. That'll be an interesting start if you ask me.
Yeah, deja vu on that front row though, Adam. We got Luke Whitmire
and Bob Mitchell. And you saw on that first start, Bob Mitchell got a huge push from Mike Morgan, who is behind him once again. Yeah. And look who's starting alongside Mike Morgan, Austin Hoppy.
In that 66.
Yeah. Yeah, and Austin Hoppy had a little contact with Brian Cash earlier today, and that's his teammate right in front of him. So this will be an interesting restart here.
Did they have one to go at the line?
Yeah, I believe they took the one to go.
No, we're going
we're going one to go right here.
One to go this time by.
Once again, we thank Ed Brown for being the flagman here tonight. He has seen a lot of great racing action, I'm sure, over the years. And I can only imagine what he's been thinking of the action he's seen tonight.
The Iron Giants of asphalt.
Yes, they are. Here we go. Green flag will be waving when they come to the start-finish line. We'll see if the Iceman can pull it off again. Here we go. Green flag is in the air. Oh, and Bob Mitchell is loose. Can he save it? Yes! What a save by Bob Mitchell, and we got trouble. Guys are loose, bolts are flying, and Luke Whitmire has, oh my goodness, Brian Cash is in the wall. Oh my goodness, what a wild start.
Another yellow.
Man, oh man. Not sure what happened to Brian Cash.
It's probably that accordion effect. Whenever they started getting all jammed up, he ended up getting the worst of it.
Let's see if we can find out what happened here. Here they come to take the green. Bob Mitchell got loose on that start there. And yeah, it looked like that started the accordion effect. Brian Cash, there he is at the rear.
Mark Noble was sideways.
Yeah, it looks like Brian Cash was just reacting to what he was seeing.
Came in hot.
Brian Cash was just reacting to what he was seeing. And
man, Marshall Davis, you know, since we've had this caution, we didn't count a lap that time. That was the restart. So he may be able to get back in this race.
Okay, so we're going to try that restart again.
He's having a little more time. You know, he was putting the bolts, Marshall Davis was putting the bolts in whenever we went to green. So we've got Danielle down in the pits. Let's see if we can get an update for her. Take it away, Danielle.
Hi, guys. Thank you. I'm just trying to give you an update. I would interview Marshall Davis, but let me tell you, he is working his booty off to try to get back in there. As soon as that caution happened, they are applauding because cautions are their best friend right now. They're working on getting that bolted bumper on as well as switching the tire out. So they're just going to keep plugging away in hopes that these cautions keep happening and they have enough time to get him back out there. But he's not giving up hope. And talk about a competitor, because he knows fourth in the leaderboard, every point counts. And I got to give his wife a shout out because she is so in the midst trying to help. I got Ricky Rude's son over there, Jonathan, trying to help. It's all hands on deck for Team Jupiter trying to make this happen. So, you know, the cautions are good for something. Marshall looks like he's about to get ready, and Darren's on his way in, so we'll find out what's going on over there. But back to you guys for now. That's the update.
Thank you very much, Danielle. For the second race in a row, we are seeing the never give up attitudes from the Bandit Big Rig Series. We saw it with Ricky Rude at Kalamazoo, and we're seeing it now with Marshall Davis 41.
Yeah, Danielle's doing a great job. She's pulling double duty tonight. She was in the stands doing the shootout. She was in the stands doing the Lucky Boy pull, and then now she's in the pits. She's all over the place, keeping us up to date. You know, Marshall just needed a little bit more time, and maybe he could get the bumper bolted on. They are changing that right rear tire out, like you'd said earlier, where the one that hit the wall. They're trying to get it changed out.
Yeah, and here's a look at Darren Profit, number 27. He's got a little bit of damage right there. Hopefully he'll be able to get back out in front as well.
Yeah, that shouldn't slow him up right there. That's not going to keep him from racing, but I'm not sure why he pulled in.
Yeah, and I tell you what, at Kalamazoo, it was the left side that took him out for the rest of the evening, and now it looks like the left side might be causing him problems here tonight. As we get a look at the replay.
Man, Bob Mitchell went crazy sideways right here.
Yes, he did, after getting contact with Mike Morgan, but he did a tremendous job at saving that thing.
And actually right behind him right there, right out of that shot, Mark Noble did the same thing on the outside. He got sideways. He straightened it up.
Yeah. Yeah, and also you heard from Danielle, these cautions are definitely helping Marshall Davis. So if things continue to happen, he will get the opportunity to get back onto the racetrack and compete for a good finish.
They're jacking Darren Profit's truck up right there. I'm not sure what the issue is. May have had something break on the rear end. They've got some chains that go around the axle, holding that rear axle in place. He's not happy with something on the back end back there.
Yeah, hopefully they can get that. They can get the problem fixed, and he can get back out there in Pensacola, because you know he would not like to go 2 races in a row where he was unable to finish a Bandit main. And here's a look at the double shot right here. Bob Mitchell and Luke Whitmire going to start us off again. Bob Mitchell carries one of our Air Dog cams, the other one being carried by the 55 of Craig Kruckenberg, who will be restarting in row number 4.
Is in the truck.
Yes, he is. Marshall Davis is back in his truck. Hopefully he can get his truck back out there before the green flag waves.
That's his wife there helping him. She just put the safety net up.
Yeah, Marshall Davis is back in the game.
Slam the door. Here we go.
Slam the door, yes. Pigpen is ready to go.
Look, it's got
Marshall Davis is back in the fight. He's ready to go.
Black truck 41.
He's still got time, and the truck is rolling. He is starting to back out.
Actually, Darren Profit's in his way where Darren pulled up and stopped. He's having a little trouble getting out of his stall.
Yeah, Darren Profit's kind of in his way right now. And right now, Marshall Davis is trying to get out of there.
They were actually moving some golf carts and stuff that's in front of him.
He's trying to get that thing going.
Yeah. So we're going to go back up front. It's going to be Luke Whitmire and Bob Mitchell again on the front row.
Another lap and a half.
3 laps have been completed. We have 27 to go.
Each to go. They're waving them on.
And his crew members are, Marshall Davis's crew members are waving him to go, and he is rolling. He is off. Marshall Davis is back in the fight. Here he goes. He is back in the game. Congratulations. And Danielle is down there with Marshall Davis's wife. Danielle, take it away quickly.
Oh my God, you guys have been watching her just hustle her booty. This is a family sport. Holy moly, how'd you guys pull that off?
Oh, I don't know.
Girl, I saw you negotiating with our officials.
We pulled it off because of Jordan and Jonathan and all the officials who are just wonderful to work with. And Jordan and Jonathan got down here and we just hustled and they got him fixed before we couldn't do it anymore.
I mean, that's the high of racing, right, girl?
Yeah, that's the high.
Oh my gosh, so guys, she's got to go spot. Like literally, her work is not done. She gonna go climb up a truck now to spot. Thank you, congratulations, you guys kicked butt. I mean, guys, does it get better than that? The energy, the adrenaline, this is what it's all about, man. Back to you guys in the booth.
No, it does not get any better than that. That is true teamwork and determination right there in the Bandit Big Rig Series.
If you heard Adam introduce these drivers, about half of them are from North Carolina and about half of them are from Minnesota. Guess where she's from? She's from North Carolina.
All right, everything is set to go. The 1 to go signal is going to be given right here. It's the Iceman and the Yard Troll on the restart again. That's what Luke Whitmire is referred to. He's called Yard Troll. So we'll see what happens this time.
1 to go at the line.
1 to go. And in row number 2, we saw at the start of the race, Mike Morgan gave a tremendous push to Bob Mitchell, and Bob Mitchell looked like he got shot out of a cannon, but that last restart, he gave quite a shove that Bob Mitchell got loose. So we'll see what happens this time. And then Austin Hoppy, who has been driving on the ragged edge here tonight. I mentioned at the start of the race, he's going to have to really go for it here. We'll see what happens on this restart. Here we go to take the green flag. And here we go, racing again at Five Flags Speedway. And it's Bob Mitchell. He's got the advantage heading into turn number 1. But Luke Whitmire's there on the outside. They're side by side as they go onto the back straightaway.
Racing that way also down the back straightaway.
All right, here we go, side by side. Bob Mitchell and Luke Whitmire and Mike Morgan. He's going to try to make it a 3-truck battle for the lead.
3 wide.
Here we go to the start-finish line. Luke Whitmire is taking the lead. Oh, my goodness. Luke Whitmire goes to the front again. We've talked about him throughout this broadcast. He has been finishing consistently this year, but he has yet to win a Bandit main. Tonight could be his night, and there's the 4 of Scott Treadway with his hands full with the 69 and the 27. And there's Ricky Rude working his way past 66 Austin Hoppy. Ricky Rude is coming up through the field, but so is the 74 of Mark Noble.
Yeah,
man, oh man.
Everybody Ricky passes, Mark's right in his tire tracks.
Yes, he is, and now Ricky Rude and Mark Noble are side by side right now. That is a battle for 6th and 7th.
That's your points leaders, 1 and 2.
Yes, they are. Here comes Mark Noble on the inside of Ricky Rude, and he's got a right fender loose again for the second race in a row. Mark Noble doing all he can to try to get around Ricky Rude, but Ricky Rude refuses to back down. And look at this. Here comes the 16 of Randy Briggs into the mix.
Yeah, we saw a lot of smoke out of that 27 coming off that turn just a second ago. That 27's got a lot of smoke whenever he goes. Look at that. Well, that's diesel smoke right there. Coming off that corner, though, that rear fender is grinding on that back tire.
Yes, it is. But Darren Profit is not going down without a fight, and you're seeing it right here. And look at Randy Briggs. He is doing a great job at keeping up with the defending series champion.
Side by side, Ricky Rude and the 14 and the 74 of Mark Noble. We got Alan Bowles in the mix. Man, we've just got a gaggle of trucks right there.
Yes, we are. And while all that action is going on, right now out in front, sailing away, is Luke Whitmire, who potentially could win his first ever Bandit main in the Bandit Big Rig Series. He's just got to hold on for 12 more laps, 11 when we cross the start-finish line.
Yeah, he's out front sailing right now, but there is some action going on back in the field.
Yes, there is, and right now, Craig Kruckeberg, he's trying to stay in front of his teammate, Mark Noble. That is a battle for 4th and 5th right now.
I think that air dog cam is tilted up a little bit. Must have got loosened up during the...
Whoa, we almost got a 3-wide battle there between the 27, the 7, and the 3. Man, oh man, some great racing action.
It all but made contact on the front straightaway.
And the 3 of Alan Bowles side by side with John Lisenby, number 7.
Bowles, who was doing so well on the outside, has lost many spots.
Right now, John Lisenby doing a good job on the inside, and Alan Bowles on a good job on the outside.
This is our only 2-wide battle right now on the racetrack. Everybody else is kind of strung out nose to tail.
Yes, it is. That's the only side-by-side battle we got right now, and Darren Profit's working his way into that battle as well.
Side by side, all the way around the track. Those are teammates right there running side by side. Man, Alan had a good run off that last turn.
And there's the 51 of Luke Whitmire going across the start-finish line as he is about to reach the halfway mark. And there's a look at Bob Mitchell, number 13. He's got the 88 of Mike Morgan coming up behind him.
It's going to be a battle for second.
Mike Morgan trying to reel in Bob Mitchell as Luke Whitmire is 17 laps away from potentially winning his first ever feature.
Maybe.
And this could be quite a finish if you ask me. And right now we got the 2 teammates, Mark Noble and Craig Kruckeberg, battling for 4th and 5th.
Continue on the lead.
And you saw right there, Mark Noble, he's got another right fender loose.
Yeah, it's hanging up. And y'all don't have to worry about the aerodynamics of that fender. It is not hurting that truck at all.
No, it's not. Mark Noble is showing you that it doesn't affect him at all as he is hanging in there with the Godfather. Oh, and Mark Noble got a little loose there.
Way loose in turn.
Mark Noble trying to get around Craig Kruckeberg, but Craig is refusing to back down.
Yeah, all that smoke you see coming off that corner, that's just diesel. That's everybody at the same time jumping in the throttle. That's diesel coming out of their exhaust.
And as we are at the halfway mark, Luke Whitmire has about a 2-second lead over Bob Mitchell. We'll see if he can hold on to it.
He's just out there running hot laps. He don't have anybody around him, nobody in front of him.
And one thing he does not want to see is a caution, because that will give an opportunity to a lot of these guys behind him. And the battle for second is starting to heat up. Look at Mike Morgan going on the 13 of Bob Mitchell.
Locked his brakes up getting into that turn to keep from hitting him.
Mike Morgan doing all he can to get around the Iceman, but Bob has had an answer for everything he's tried. Mike Morgan trying to reel in Bob Mitchell, but Bob still has a little bit of an advantage over him. And behind them, the two teammates, Craig Kruckeberg and Mark Noble.
Mike Morgan's diving in that corner a little.
Oh, and Mike Morgan loose again. He's trying everything he can to get around him, but it's, oh man, the side-by-side battle between Austin Hoppy and Scott Treadway and Darren Profit and John Lisenby. Man, oh man, what racing action we have seen here tonight. This has been an unforgettable night at Five Flags Speedway, and we are 11 laps away from the finish.
Yeah, we're past that 15 lap mark, so this is kind of uncharted territory. Nobody really knows what their truck feels like after 18, 19 laps.
And check it out, Mark Noble on the back bumper of Craig Kruckeberg, and behind them, Randy Briggs trying to make a move on Ricky Root on the inside.
Actually, Ricky's making the pass. Randy was between him and Mark Noble just a few seconds ago, so Ricky's trying to make the pass there.
Randy Briggs and Ricky Root side by side as they battle it out onto the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Craig Kruckeberg been doing a great job at staying ahead of Mark Noble, and I think Mark Noble's getting a little bit tired of that right now.
Yeah, he needs to get on around the Godfather because, well, see, look at that. Ricky didn't make the pass on Randy Briggs. He kept the position.
Okay, Mark Noble. We'll see what happens. We have 9 laps to go. 9 laps to go here as Craig Kruckeberg and Mark Noble continue to battle for 4th and 5th. And we mentioned it earlier, that fender is loose, but it's not affecting him. And that's the second main in a row that Mark Noble's been racing with a loose fender. Same fender there. And there's a look at the 27 battling the 66. And Darren Profit gets loose. Whoa, hold on there.
He straightened it up. No harm, no foul.
Nice job there by Darren Profit. We'll see who gets the advantage onto the back straightaway as they cross the start-finish line. 8 laps to go for Luke Whitmire. 8 laps to go.
We got a battle for second again.
Yes, we got a great battle for second. Mike Morgan is making a pass on the 13 of Bob Mitchell. There he goes on the outside.
He tried him on the inside for about 5 laps, and he couldn't make the pass, so now he's trying to work the outside.
And Mike Morgan has taken second place from Bob Mitchell. But now the question is, does he have enough time to catch Luke Whitmire? Oh, no, but Bob Mitchell's not backing down yet.
That's a great shot right there. Man, that's a rough track.
Here we go. 5 laps left for Luke Whitmire. 5 laps to go. We'll see if he can hold on. And right now running in second is Mike Morgan, followed by Bob Mitchell, Craig Kruckeberg, and Mark Noble rounding out the top 5.
Nobody has anything.
And I'll tell you one advantage that Mark Noble has right now. He's right in front of Ricky Root, so that's definitely going to help him in the points.
Yeah, he's got 2 positions on Ricky, and he actually started dead last, so he's passed more people in this race than Ricky has. There's only 1 position between them. Everybody's kind of settled in. We don't have any racing on the track side by side at the moment, other than the leaders actually lapping Brian Bayer.
Yep, there's Luke Whitmire making a pass on Brian Bayer. No trouble there. And also the racing action we're seeing right now, Mike Morgan in the 88. He's coming up on the 41 of Marshall Davis. There he goes by him.
2 laps left for 51.
Man,
2 laps to go.
He's got a straightaway lead, Adam.
Yeah, Luke Whitmire has been doing a tremendous job. In 2019, we got trouble! Trouble going into turn number 1. There was contact between the 16 and the 55.
Everybody, no caution.
No caution yet. We stay green. We stay green. Here we go. The white flag is going to wave for the 51 of Luke Whitmire. He has been finishing consistently in the Bandit Big Rig Series this season. He has yet to win a main, but now onto the back straightaway. He is just a few turns away from making history. Here we go into turns 3 and 4 to the checkered flag. Your first ever main winner at Five Flags Speedway and his first feature win ever. It's going to be 51 Luke Whitmire at Pensacola, Florida. Second place will go to Mike Morgan, 88. And third place goes to the 13 of Bob Mitchell by inches over Mark Noble, 74. And fifth place goes to the 16 of Randy Briggs, followed by Ricky Rude, Craig Kruckenberg, Marshall Davis, Scott Treadway, John Lisenby, Darren Profit, Austin Hoppy, Alan Bowles, and Brian Cash. Oh my goodness, what a finish.
First feature win, Pensacola Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, Pensacola, Florida, goes to none other than
the yard troll, Luke Whitmire. And boy, I tell you, I can hardly wait to see how he's going to be in the post-race interview. I imagine he is going to be one happy camper.
That's right. It's going to take a little while to get them down there. We've got a winner's circle. You actually see winner's lane there, victory lane. We're going to put Luke Whitmire right in the center of it. We'll also talk to second and third place. The trucks will come around here a little bit, and it won't take us just a second to get them lined up.
And once again, Darren Profit ends his race in smoke. And another fire for Darren Profit. Oh my goodness.
Man, those brakes get hot. You know, they're diving into these turns and they're slamming on them brakes, and the fuel line is actually right there in the center of those two tires. You don't have fuel tanks out there on those side panels. We saw Ricky Rude and Darren Profit knock their panels off the sides of the truck. That's normally where the fuel tanks are on these tractor trailer trucks, is right there where you step up into the truck. Well, that's where these guys bang all the time. So they actually put the fuel tank in the center of the trucks, real close to where that fire is. But that's actually probably the brakes that's catching on fire. We saw some flames come up out of that truck a little while ago. He's still rolling. He's got water that he can spray on them every time he mashes the brake, but he may be out of water. They've got about 40-gallon tank of water that they run on these trucks, but at a fast racetrack like Five Flags Speedway, they probably used it all.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way. Once again, congratulations to Luke Whitmire as he takes home his first ever feature win. Here he comes off turn 4 to take the checkered.
All by himself.
Way out in front. Congratulations, Luke Whitmire. And we're going to take a short break here, and when we come back, we will hear from our podium finishers right after this.
They don't break. We've dropped trailers on them, we've dropped pipes on them. They just don't break.
They are pretty darn durable. They are darn durable. I will have to say that.
You should probably charge more.
The Bandit Big Rig Series is coming soon. Don't miss it.
And we are back live here at Five Flags Speedway. We are about to hear from our race winner here tonight, Luke Whitmire. Danielle is down there ready for the post-race interviews. And I tell you what, you see it on the back of his truck. It says, when in doubt, throttle it out. And I tell you, Luke Whitmire definitely did throttle it out here tonight. And Danielle is down there, so we're going to send it on down to Danielle in just a moment here. Danielle, take it away.
Guys, they're just about to get out of their trucks. I mean, we got a huge crowd of fans hanging out ready to hear from our drivers. We're just getting them all in place, and then we'll start with my darling Bob Mitchell, the Iceman. We're going to start with third. We'll talk to second and first. I heard a rumor that Luke Whitmire actually doesn't have brakes right now, so he won and won without brakes, which isn't crazy. So hold on one sec. We'll get Bob Mitchell over here to start interviewing him. Hey, you tell your daddy I need him right now. The kids, I gotta tell you, the families are the biggest part of this racing series. Bob's kids are just amazing. They're over here working on everybody's trucks. They've been banging on bumpers, helping everybody out. How you feeling with your dad taking the win?
I feel great about it.
Third place, pretty dang good, right?
My dad's been trying for about 3 seasons now.
Here he is. And here he is, taking third today in Pensacola. All right, let's get Bob Mitchell over here. Bob! You guys, this is huge. Luke's never won, so the guys are celebrating over here. It's a real family, guys. I mean, that's how it is at the Bandits. As soon as he's done celebrating with Luke, we'll get Bob Mitchell over here. All right, Iceman. Bob, I need you. Bob. We're all, no pressure. Everyone in Pensacola, Florida is waiting for you, Bob. Oh my goodness. Overwhelmed with excitement, to say the least. All right, Bob Mitchell with third place. Let's give him a round of applause, Pensacola. Woo! How you feeling there today?
Oh man, I'm excited. You know, this is the best finish I had since we started the series. I need to thank Minimizer, Truck Country, Big Rig Chrome Shop, Dr. Diesel, Elderon Truck Parts. Who else I got on there?
Who else? Hello? I don't know.
And my Mitchell Motorcycle Transport, MTSR, and my wife.
And
for
kiddos.
fighting for me.
I mean,
and my kids.
I mean, total family affair. How you feeling?
yes.
Is it great to just take third? First time at Pensacola here. Let's move up a little. We're losing this time.
I am very excited.
I can tell.
I don't know what I should do. I don't know if I should jump or cry or what I should do.
I think we got to do it all. Oh, your daughter's got a little tears in her eyes too. Oh my gosh, I love it. Give her a big hug. Oh. These guys, I mean, I got to tell you, these guys take this so serious. It's a family affair. Everyone's all hands on deck. They're all working hard. Isn't it feel good to celebrate with your whole family here?
It does feel good to celebrate with the whole family.
All right, let's get him his trophy. Pensacola, make some noise for our third place finisher, Bob, the Iceman Mitchell. Let's go. There we go. All right. All right. Let's move on over here. Mike Morgan. I know you hear me. My cool cucumber. Come on over. We can do it right here. Let's give a round of applause. We got number 88, Mike Morgan, in second place here at Five Flags Speedway. We might have to go up because the mic might not work. Okay. All right. How you feeling? You had a great heat race, took the heat there, and then here you go. Taking second. How does it feel?
We was just letting it all hang out. I feel great. This has been such a long time since we've been up here in the podium. I mean, we gave this truck everything I could give it tonight, and we tried to make it stick. You know, Bob Mitchell, you know, we run him hard today. He's running really good. You know, everybody's got some good trucks out here, but the competition is unreal. You guys, you just got to see it. For coming to the race, this is where it's at. And thanks to all the fans for being here. This is why we do this. You know, we got a big race kind of like this one coming up real soon up here at Bristol. If you think this was crazy, you ain't seen nothing yet, okay? Bristol is nuts. It's really fast. So I'm feeling good. I'm happy. I got my wife, my son here today, Wendy and Mikey. You know,
we got to get him over here. Come on over, you guys.
It's such a great time. Thanks for all the fans and our friends that have helped us get this truck up front. You know, we got Windrock Truck Parts, and of course, you know, everybody here at Bandit Series is always helping us. I mean, if we're leg down, I need some help. somebody always comes over and gives us a hand from any of the teams all the time. They'll come jump in. We'll jump in with other teams to try and make this thing happen. So this is a real big family. We really appreciate everybody out here tonight.
All right, and especially these two next to you. I feel like it's your good luck charm because they're here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Mikey's got a hat that sits inside the shifter there. It's my good luck hat. It's been riding with us for years and years. Got all the drivers' signatures on it. We probably need to update it. But yeah, we got to get that done. But yeah, this is great to have the family here tonight. You know, this is just awesome. My mom's here too somewhere. My stepfather, she's over there. I mean, this is just great.
All right, Five Flags Speedway, make some noise for our second place finish, Mike Morgan. All right, where is my man, Luke Whitmire, with his first Bandit win ever? Guys, this is huge. Come on up here so we don't lose the mic here. Holy moly.
Yes, sir.
How does it feel to be the champion of Five Flags Speedway?
It feels good. I didn't think I was going to get there. It was a long race. Kept counting them laps down, just hoping that we didn't have no more cautions.
Right?
Yeah. It was a rough in the beginning, you know, got out front and we had to, I only made 3 laps and then they had that big caution and I just knowed I was done for. And I just kept waiting on Mike Morgan and Bob to catch me. And I just kept pulling a gap, and my wife was talking me through it, and said, "Just maintain your line. You're doing good." And now I know what it feels like to be Ricky Rude.
Now he knows. I gotta say, all the guys look like they were celebrating your win. They were so happy to see you win. Does it feel good to just be greeted by all your guys here as you got out of the truck tonight?
Yeah, it's felt great because practice I wasn't that fast, and we made some adjustments. And it felt like it got a little faster, and I kept having people tell me, this might be your track. This might be where your truck will do the best. And I just didn't think it was going to be there. And I got a good start and got out front. My old Bulldog pulled through for me.
And going back to the family affair, I mean, come on, because I hang out with your family quite a bit. Your son, Mudflap, who's not here, is always with me. Of course, he doesn't show up this one time, so hi, Cameron. And how does it feel to celebrate with them?
Oh, it feels great. My wife's my spotter, and Binder here, he helps us work on the truck, and which he's helping Darren today. He didn't have no help, but it's a great family thing. I'm happy, tickled.
We're all so happy for you. All right, Five Flags Speedway, make some noise. First time winner, our boy Luke Whitmire with first place. Congratulations, bring over that $10,000 check. We're so excited for you. Congratulations. And Pensacola, you guys have been amazing. Thank you so much. We're so excited.
Good job, Luke.
All right, look at these guys celebrating. All right, Bandit fans, thank you so much. You guys have been amazing. Thanks for watching the stream. We can watch Luke celebrate here, but an action-packed night in Pensacola, Florida, our first time here, and it's an unforgettable night. Thank you, guys.
Great job, Danielle. And boy, oh boy, if you ask me, this might be the most emotional night in the history of the Bandit Big Rig Series, because we saw emotion all night long. And also, we got a chance to see that the Bandit Big Rig Series is definitely a family sport, because everyone is pitching in, doing everything they can to make sure all these guys are good to go. And you saw it right here tonight at Five Flags Speedway.
That's right. I believe we had as much emotion for third place as we had for first. Everybody on Bob Mitchell's crew there, his family, his little daughter in tears, excited about a podium finish for her dad. And but Luke Whitmire, man, what a race! First feature win in a Bandit Big Rig Series event. He puts his name in the record books at Five Flags Speedway.
Yes, a historic night at this historic track, and we hope to see you all the next time we go racing, which will be at Hawkeye Down Speedway, Saturday, September 21st. And based on the action that we saw the last time we went there, I can only predict what's going to happen next time around. And then after Hawkeye Downs, we will head to our season finale, which will be Saturday, October 12th at Bristol Motor Speedway. It will be an unforgettable night for the Iron Giants of the asphalt, and we hope to see you all there. So on behalf of Danielle, Jeff, and everybody responsible for the broadcast here tonight, and a special thank you to our sponsors, Air Dog, Minimizer, Big and Nuts, and all the people who have supported us here today. Air Dog, Minimizer, Big and Nuts, Kick Marketing, we thank you for all that you have done here today. We hope to see you next time we go racing with the Iron Giants of the asphalt. It'll be at Hawkeye Downs. We'll see you all there. Good night, everybody.
Are you ready for the action and the excitement of the Bandit Big Rig Series? These diesel trucks are the Iron Giants of the asphalt, traveling at speeds up to 100 miles an hour. Don't miss the action on September 21st as the Bandits roll into Hawkeye Downs Speedway. Come early for the Fan Series Truck Show. Meet the drivers at 5 and the green flag drops at 7. Tickets online at banditseries.com. That's banditseries.com.